The Common Man and T-Bone you're about to listen to is incredibly stupid. Listener discretion is advised.
That blows my mind.
Bone, does it blow your mind that people do things? You and I sit on our asses every single day and say, ee, wee, wee, on the radio. There are real people out there making a difference. Ee, wee, wee.
Featuring Panama Ted.
I'm a dork and stupid.
Timmy Hall.
I love a good, thin meat.
And a crap ton of random sounds from the internet.
His lower body is ridiculously thick.
You're a little stupid.
Not on my watch.
My butt's sore. Holler.
I like that laugh.
Welcome to Man and Bone.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome in. Hello, Bone.
Hello, man.
Oh, we got a girthy program today. Tuesday's always super busy. Inside the NFL, all the news and notes you need coming up at 3:46. Rapid fire. At 4:30. Game show at 5:30. What is the game, Boner?
This week we are doing Weather Channel trivia. I just felt like the Weather Channel. I enjoy it.
Jim Cantori.
Well, there's a Jim Cantori question in here, that's for sure. But there's plenty of other history with the Weather Channel that maybe you don't know about. And we'll do some trivia on that.
For some reason, right before the show, I put an atomic fireball in my mouth.
Yeah, why did you do that?
I don't know.
Have you?
I eat 5 to 10 of the large size atomic fireballs every day.
Okay.
I keep them in the house. Big thing in bulk.
First of all, that's a lot. Second of all, I didn't know there were different sizes of the atomic fireball. I thought they came in the gumball size, like what you have.
No, there's different sizes.
I didn't know there's like a BB size, like you can get a little Tic Tac version.
There's not that small.
Well, how small are we talking?
There's a small. There used to be, at least.
Okay.
There's a small which was like the size of a lemon head. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if they still make those.
All right.
Then there's a moderately big one, and then the jumbo, which is what we're sucking on right now.
Well, I'm not sucking on anything. You are sucking on the jumbo. But that's there's one in between. There's one in between a lemon head size and that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna spit it out.
Why don't you spit it on the? We have a space heater in here apparently.
So we walk in here every single day. It's like a little mystery. What's new in this? What's new and what's broke?
Yeah, that's more likely it's what's broke. But yes, sometimes it's what's new. And there is behind us at our desk, there is a space heater sitting up against the wall.
Well, we didn't know what it was at first.
I had to Google it. I had to aim my camera at it.
Oh, look, maybe they did 3 hours of this on, Morning Juice today.
They probably did.
I wasn't listening.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, that's all right.
I'm guessing one of them brought it in.
Yeah, probably. Well, you know what? It does get cold in the studio. I agree, but space heater's a bit extreme. I mean, put on a sweatshirt or something, right? You could do that.
Look at you.
Or Bobby Carpenter, maybe wear pants once in a while, right? You're wearing shorts all the time.
Shaming other people.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't Bob, right? We have other people that work here. Maybe Reeser brought it in. Maybe he gets cold.
He's a sensitive guy. He uses a bidet.
Well, that doesn't mean he's sensitive.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if you enjoy the squirty
that doesn't
to clean out the holio.
It's not enjoy
that you like.
It's
you enjoy.
It's an efficient way of cleaning.
You enjoy the efficiency. That's what I mean.
I think that's just a perfect. You know what it is? I'm too lazy to put one in the house. I would like to have one. I think it'd be great. Save on toilet paper. Let's go.
I think you still need toilet paper for a dry.
Okay, but maybe you need one swipe with the toilet paper just for a quick little dry, and then you're good.
Yeah.
Not, maybe
now, can you fit your toilet with a apparatus?
Yes.
Where does the water come from?
Your toilet. You know how you
but
flush?
I want Fiji water sprayed up my butt.
You know the water that comes into your house is it's water. It's not soiled by the toilet until it gets in the toilet and then
are they recycling the toilet water?
No.
I don't know how it works.
You know how a toilet works?
No, apparently not.
You think, all right, there's a tank above your
Yes, I know there's a tank.
Okay, when you flush, what happens? What goes on in that tank? What do you think is in there? Fish?
Poo?
No. You've never looked in the tank of your toilet?
No, actually, I did this weekend because my knob was broken.
Yeah, I bet it was.
My chain fell off.
So you look in there, and there's fresh, new, crystal clean water sitting in there waiting to be flushed into the bowl.
I see.
That's where the water comes from.
All right.
So you hook that onto the hose that puts the water in your tank, and then it diverts a little bit to you when you flush.
All right, that's done.
And then it shoots up into your tank.
Cole is producing the show today because Teddy has the flu.
Yes.
He had it yesterday. He was not feeling well. It takes a lot for Teddy to call off work.
Oh, I could tell by the second half of the show yesterday. I mean, usually by that point anyway, he's like, God, why do I work here? Like he already feels bad. And then I could just tell at the end he was really looking like not great.
Well,
so.
I didn't know he wasn't feeling good until the show.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I had no idea
Well,
because he doesn't say anything.
Well, when he was talking to us earlier, he was a little gravelly with the voice. And so I thought, oh, Ted's got something going on because Ted usually doesn't get sick. And that's okay. I mean, everyone's allowed to get sick. I will get sick at some point, I'm quite sure, in the near future. But he, I could tell he was a little bit down. And then by the end of the show, when we left, he just looked like he was really exhausted.
I just thought it was the Brian Schottenheimer stuff.
Well, that should have made him sick, and I'm sure it did to a degree.
All right, Buckeye Hoops with a much-needed victory against Iowa last night. There's nothing I love better than a nice home victory, especially when Fran McCaffrey comes in. Speaking of shoving it up someone's poop.
That's not my guy.
Give it to him.
He's not my guy.
No.
I hate his guts.
You had 4 in double figures.
You know what? Say this about the Buckeye basketball team, because we kind of have, talked about this over the last few years in Januaries with this team. What is their identity? What do they do well? I think you can at least point to this Buckeye basketball team having an identity on defense. Like they are one of the better defensive teams in the country, and they showed that last night. They played great defense, helped them out to a nice win there. And offensively, it wasn't the most spectacular night from anyone, but you got the job done.
No, but you had a game that you won fairly easily where Bruce didn't have to do everything.
Oh, no, he
wasn't standing on his head.
He didn't go for 30. I think Micah actually led the scoring, didn't he? Was it Micah Parrish that led?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I think he had like 18 or something.
He had 4 in double figures, though. He had another slow start on offense. But to your point, they played good defense. They didn't get in a hole.
Yeah.
And Iowa's not very good. This is a team that you should beat on your home floor.
That's right. They're not. I felt like that was a very good effort. And I'll say this, too, about John Mobley Jr. Like, he had not his best shooting night from three-point land, and I know he had a couple buckets from the logo that were great. But if you go look at the numbers, what wasn't his best, field goal percentage or three-point percentage? But he had 8 assists. For a young player to be able to do that, moving the ball around, getting it into good spots, that's what you want. And even though he couldn't affect the game as much offensively as he probably would have liked to, he was able to. I mean, he was with passing the ball, just not by shooting it. So I like seeing that from a young player who knows, even if my shot's not falling, I don't have to just give up on the game here offensively. There's still ways to be effective, and he was.
Next up at Penn State on Thursday. I hope Jim Knowles is there.
Oh, yeah.
We'll actually hear from Jim Knowles coming up in a few minutes. Ryan Day was on The Tonight Show last night. I did not watch it, but I have some audio sound bites if you'd like to hear them.
Let's hear them.
Here is Ryan Day saying if it's sunk in yet.
Yesterday we had a huge celebration in the stadium. We had over 45,000 fans there, and that's really when it sunk in because, just the hard work and the journey that we went on to get there. This is the first time we've had the 12-team format of the playoffs. Right, so it was 16 games, and there was ups and downs along the way, but, our guys showed resilience, and so to hoist that trophy with everybody there meant a lot, yeah.
All right.
That's
nice.
Yeah, that's a very good way to say it. I liked the person who was like, wow, when he said 45,000 people. It's like, yeah, welcome to Columbus. I don't know how this works in New York. You get like 8,000 people for like a Broadway show.
I thought 45 was a little light.
Right.
Like, let's go.
Like, I don't even know.
Free, idiots.
What is a Broadway theater? Like a big Broadway theater. Is that, you fit like 2,000 people in that thing? 5,000?
No
right. I'm saying, I don't know what their context is in New York, but yeah, 45,000 in the shoe is like, it's not even full. Not even close.
All right, here's Ryan Day talking about throwing his headset in the Gatorade bath as the game was coming to an end.
Well, first off, when you're at the end of the game, you're so close, and you want to see it end. It's a two-score game. You want to see
anything could happen.
That's it. And then all of a sudden, when you realize you won, it's like, get this headset off of me and throw it. I'm lucky I didn't hit somebody in the crowd because there's weight on that too.
Oh my God!
And then I turned around and I forgot about the Gatorade bath because you're not thinking about any of those things. And they surprised me with it, and it was a great feeling. Yeah.
I love these interviews. I
haven't been exposed to Jimmy Fallon in quite some time.
No,
and
like
even just the few minutes there where he's just like, ha 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 ha, yeah, they're heavy. Ivy. And it's like, shut up, dude. Why are you here? You're terrible.
He's the host. That's why he's there.
I know, and I don't understand why.
Here is Ryan Day talking about the golf cart crash incident.
Well, so again, you're stressed during the game, and you finally take a deep breath.
Yeah, I understand
And
that, yes.
we get on the golf cart to go to the press conference, and we are just gunning it through the field. I mean, just dodging around people, and I'm grabbing on like this, and then we took the corner and hit the wall. And if you look back, like, Will Howard's laughing his tail off, and so is Cody Simon, and I'm looking like, you got to be kidding me right now.
Yeah.
It's just amazing how you come right back down to earth like 20 minutes after.
It's like the scene in Austin Powers.
Well, that's what I said. I said we're in an Austin Powers movie right now.
The fact that Ryan Day is aware of Austin Powers, that's impressive.
Well, he brought that up when he was on with Rothman and Ice, too. So Jimmy Fallon just, getting his best material from our guy AR. So that's great.
All right, I got a couple more that I want to play you because they're just fantastic, including Ryan Day talking about how they bounced back after Michigan. So we'll do that, and we'll hear from new Penn State defensive coordinator, traitor, piece of crap, Jim Knowles, coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should know that southbound US 23's on-ramp from 270 on the south side is currently closed due to an overturned truck, so seek an alternate exit, on-ramp. And then we have a disabled vehicle that's on the right shoulder of westbound 70 downtown near the 71 West Split. This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place. And aspiring comedian.
That's fun. What's your best joke?
All right, two windows were hanging out side by side. The first window says, "Sure is a hot day." The other one says, a talking window.
That's pretty good, Wilson.
Bet you can't top that one.
Well, at Pella, we don't have the talking windows, but we do have the windows your friends will talk about.
Dang it, that's good.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
Hey there, Beamer here. Big news for Columbus. We all love new, right? A new house, a new car, a new phone, a new dog, a new puppy, whatever. And of course, a new store. There's a brand new AT&T store on Georgesville Road. That means you just got even more of what we need to stay connected. A new store in the 614 means now that we have even more ways to bring us together. So whether you need a new device, a new charger, or the very best deals on every smartphone, AT&T has got you covered. Because bringing people together is what AT&T does. When you're meeting the family for a barbecue or analyzing the next game with your friends who know better than the coach, or getting together for a hockey game, you can come join me, Brandon Beam, and 97.1 The Fan on Saturday from noon to 2 at 1605 Georgesville Square Drive and walk away feeling connected in more ways than ever before. Because AT&T knows connecting changes everything. Visit your local store for more information. Offers vary by device. Restrictions may apply.
You hear that? That's the sound of the new Tim Hortons pairings calling your name. Whether rushing to the car or grabbing a quick bite on your way to work, Tim's has a breakfast deal designed for your busy life. Choose from a warm small cup of coffee with our savory omelet bites or creamy avocado toast for just $4. Or grab a hearty grilled breakfast wrap with coffee for just $5. A delicious pairing at your convenience to tackle the day. At participating U.S. restaurants, excludes grilled breakfast wrap with beef. Terms apply.
Oh, hey, a fan show where you can be the star. Sundays at 11, it's the new Fan Call-In Show presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Your calls, your tweets, your voicemails, your opinions. You can be a homer, a hater, or whatever you want to be. Your family may not listen to you, but we will. The Fan Call-In Show presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Sundays at 11 on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Feeling the aches and pains of everyday life slowing you down? Introducing Blue Emu, America's #1 emu oil formula for pain relief. In a recent clinical trial, 91% of users saw improvement after using Blue Emu. Whether you're working hard, playing harder, or just staying active, Blue Emu penetrates deep to relieve joint and muscle pain fast. And best of all, you won't stink. Join the 91% who felt the difference. Find Blue Emu at your local retailer or online. Blue Emu works fast and you won't stink.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Here's a look at your weather report. Today, partly sunny, high 39. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 32. And on your Wednesday, looking at plenty of clouds with a high of 40. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Highly medicated, barely educated. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Happy Tuesday. So glad you're here. 3 hours a day, every single day. All right, Ryan Day was on The Tonight Show last night with Bone's favorite, Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, yeah. Just great.
He was telling funny stories about what we all know, but that's all right. It's a different audience that watches The Tonight Show. Here is Ryan Day talking about how they bounced back after Michigan.
I think that's the story of this team. And I think there's so many people that can learn from this team. We have an unbelievable group of guys that decided to come back and forego going to the NFL. And there was a point at the end of the year where there's nobody who thought we were going to do this. And there's a group of guys that decided they were going to. And they started with a home game against Tennessee. We got some momentum going there. We went out to L.A. in the Rose Bowl and played #1 Oregon and won that game. And then we went to the Cotton Bowl and one of the most iconic games in Ohio State history. Just an unbelievable play by Jack Sawyer with a sack fumble at the end of the game to win. And then to finish with a national championship trophy. But, you know, there was a point there where a lot of people doubted us. And the resilience of these guys to come back and win and finish, I think there's a lot of life lessons to be learned there. And we get caught up in all these things, but really at the end of the day, it's about the lessons these guys are learning. And then for people to watch this team overcome, to me, that's the story of this team.
Very nice.
Yeah, well said.
Very nice.
He is right.
Here's his Super Bowl prediction, too. I don't know why they asked him.
Well,
because he probably hasn't watched an NFL game the entire season.
It is very big energy of like, well, you're a football guy. Football's football. Super Bowl coming up. Hey, and then just throw that at him. So let's see what he says.
My brain tells me the Chiefs, but I'm sitting here right now in front of the Roots. and our quarterback is from Philly, Will Howard. Yes. So I'm going with the Eagles.
Wow.
All right.
You know who else? A big Philly guy, Jim Knowles. Didn't bring that up, did you?
I've been told.
No, that's right. You know what? Good reference. We keep wondering with Ryan Day and some of these coaches, we always ask, are they normal people outside of work, right? And we always have wondered if Ryan Day is actually a normal human being. We had the thing with Halloween where he didn't know that was going on. He was in the middle of the season, right? But to be able to say like, oh, yeah, Philadelphia, that's a Roots thing, right? Yeah, Roots, Philadelphia, PA. I love it. Like that means he's a normal guy. He at least is aware of the Roots, knows they're from Philly. Someone either did some good prep work for Ryan Day or he actually listens to the Roots. I'm going to take the latter and say he likes the Roots.
All right, another piece of audio I want to play you. Penn State tweeted this out. So Jim Knowles is there. He's the new defensive coordinator. You know, what the backstory was officially, we have no idea. bits and pieces maybe that we know and half-truths, and maybe it was the money, and maybe it was partially because there was a power dynamic behind the scenes between him and Larry Johnson and Ryan Day, and he couldn't run the type of defense he wanted to run. Whatever. Here's what we know. Jim Knowles, right after winning the championship, goes right to, not in-state rival, conference rival Penn State to become their defensive coordinator. So here is Jim Knowles addressing his new squad. This is what they put on social media yesterday.
We had like 3 channels on TV, and you got up Sunday morning and you watched the Penn State highlights, because I grew up in Philly. North Philly, the real Philly for you suburb guys. I mean, the one where you take the subway to school every day. Penn State was everything. It was everything. You know, that's what we aspired to be. And I couldn't get there as a player, but through a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of really good players, and that allowed me to reach that point in my career where I could really pick wherever I wanted to be. And growing up as a kid, Penn State was everything, and this is where I want to be.
All right. Look, he took the job. What's he going to say? This is what I have to remind myself sometimes. It doesn't mean that I don't think he's a piece of crap, because I do. Okay. But, he was here for 3 years. It's a job for him. All right, like we get all caught up into, Tressel says it too, and I understand why he says it, but, God gave you the ability to be a Buckeye and cherish it. And, that's what a lot of people think, especially if you were born and raised here. You grew up as a Buckeye fan. Jack Sawyer, right? Jack Sawyer is in his backyard as a kid, dreaming about this moment. He gets to make it possible. But for a guy like Jim Knowles, he's sort of a coach for hire. He was in Oklahoma and said, hey, what the hell? They're offering me some money. I'll go take a job at Ohio State for whatever reason. He felt like it was the logical conclusion. He moves on to Penn State. If he wants to sell the story about how this is his dream come true, that's fine, whatever. But I think we have to understand that for some of these guys, they get here, they do the job, but they don't see it the same way that we see it.
Well, of course. I also don't think that he's lying about any of that. I'm sure he did grow up in Philly, and he says Penn State was the ultimate thing for him. I don't ever remember him saying with Ohio State, like, this is the ultimate. I dreamed of this. Now, if he'd given the same speech at, like, Oklahoma State and Ohio State, he's like, I can tell you,
I don't
when
know.
I was in Philly growing up, I used to watch Oklahoma State once every 6 years. They'd pop on my TV and be like, yeah. No, I mean, this is a guy who clearly understands the audience, but also that's probably true that he grew up wanting to be a Penn State guy and then really hasn't had to think about it much since then because he's had other jobs. But the opportunity to go back presented itself. They're also presenting him with more money than anyone has ever given a coordinator in college football. And he decided to take both of those opportunities, smush them together, and create a new narrative for himself. That I don't blame him for that. I also hope people realize, like, when we say he's dead to us, that means the football version of him, which is the only version we've ever known. Right? You and I don't know Jim Knowles personally. We don't know a lot of these guys personally. We look at their job performance and say good or bad, and that's pretty much the relationship, right? So when I say, like, hey, I'm done with Jim Knowles, he can go to hell, whatever, not like him for real. I don't know him for real. The sports version of him that left my team high and dry and has to go find another defensive coordinator.
Why do we have to explain this?
Well, just because I think sometimes people get, because they're like, oh, Ryan Day, a man of integrity. It's like, he probably is. But when he was losing 4 Michigan games in a row, y'all didn't say that. You said, get this bum out of here. Because that's what we're judging people on, is how they do in the moment at the time you want them to win. Ryan Day has been the same person this entire time. Has he not? From like October through now?
Absolutely.
And pre-October. But in October, November, when it became, this guy didn't beat Michigan, suddenly then everyone was down on this guy. A lot of people, I know. Some of the internet will tell you I didn't doubt him for a second. Great.
Yeah, they're right about everything.
All I'm saying is that's the job. That's what these guys do. They sign up to take this job. And I believe Ryan Day when he says this is one of the ultimate things you can do in football. And it is right. Ohio State's job is one of the biggest you can get. But let's not mistake it for, with any of these coaches, there is a professional job they have to do, and we're judging them on that. Jim Knowles taking this job? Yeah, screw you, dude. Like, not for real. You seem like probably a decent human outside of the world of football. But in the world of football, screw you. That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well said, Bone.
Thanks, man.
I have nothing to say. Show's over. That's the end of the show today. Hey, I will say this, though. I want to talk about 81-year-old actor Christopher Walken.
Why? I mean,
I'll tell you why.
That's fine. I like Christopher Walken.
Cole's a youngin'. Do you know who Christopher Walken is?
Yeah, but no.
Oh, okay. No.
What does that mean?
You're aware of him, but you don't know why he's famous? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I know he's a guy that a lot of people impersonate. I couldn't name you a single thing he's in.
Okay. So he's got a very unique way of speaking.
Yes.
You know what I think you'd enjoy, Cole? Go to just Christopher Walken, Fat Boy Slim on Google.
That's a good one.
Go, he's not talking. He's nothing to do with talking.
Yeah, that's him dancing, as a matter of fact.
He's famous for a lot of things. He's been an actor for a long time. He's 81 years old. He may or may not have participated in killing Natalie Wood. I don't know. Maybe he was porking her. I don't know. He was on the boat.
That. I didn't know that.
It was a 3 of them on the boat.
Oh, that's right.
It was Robert Wagner.
That's
it was
right.
Natalie Wood, and it was him because he was starring in a movie with Natalie Wood. And the story was Robert Wagner was all pissed off because he thought the two of them were screwing.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, I'm sure he was a handsome man back in his day. Maybe Natalie Wood took a liking to him.
Dashing.
Yeah.
Dashing. Anyway, Christopher Walken, 81 years old. Got to have more cowbell.
Mm-hmm.
He says that he's never sent an email in his entire life. He's never owned a cell phone in his entire life. And he watches shows that he likes on DVDs. Doesn't have any streamers. Doesn't watch any of that.
Okay.
I found that fascinating. First of all, good for you. You've come 81 years without doing any of that. Why start now? I got it. The other thing that I thought of is that's great that you haven't done any of that. But I'm quite sure that you have an assistant that works with you every single day that does do all of that for you. It's impossible.
Yes, that is correct. No, I think it's a little bit like a farmer saying hey, I grow all these crops by hand. It's like maybe the crops in your backyard, but the giant farm out there, that's done by machines. Even if you're not on them, they're still it's done.
Somebody's
on
a combine back there.
Right, yeah. By the way, if for an underrated Walken performance, have you ever seen the movie Pool Hall Junkies?
No.
I don't know if it came out before or after Rounders, but it feels like it was, hey, let's do Rounders, but with pool.
Okay.
Let's do the similar vibe, right? I mean, it's almost like a shot-for-shot remake, except it's all around the pool hall. Anyway, Chaz Palminteri is in this. He's the bad guy. Christopher Walken plays a secondary character, but he kind of steals the show. He's great in that. And it's all, this I bet you can't make that shot. It's why don't we put $5,000 on it? Let's find out. It's all that kind of, let's gamble in a pool hall kind of stuff. Everybody there. It's actually the main character, the main actor, Mars Callahan. It seems like he's actually trying to do a Christopher Walken impersonation the entire movie. But if you've never seen that movie, it's very R-rated, but go check it out.
This dancing scene is terrible. Whoever put this together, it is so obvious that there's a stunt double doing half of it. They didn't even do a good job hiding it.
I mean, it is 20 years old now.
That's okay. It's still Walken, baby.
That's forever.
We didn't have the technology
we
have today.
Partially Walken.
Like Jurassic Park, I watched the other. It looks like puppets.
I don't know. What year was that?
93? 94?
Oh, that was BC. I don't know.
Before Cole.
Hey, college basketball's doing something good, but it's still annoying. We'll tell you what it is coming up in 2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should know that US 23 between London Groveport Road and 270 on the south side is closed due to an overturned semi. And we've got a couple minutes slowdown on westbound 670 between 71 and 3rd Street. This report is sponsored by Lowe's. My Lowe's Rewards Week is coming, and it's kind of a big deal. Members, get ready for up to 40% off store-wide on hundreds of items. Join for free today. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms, subject to change. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Austin Ward here, and if you thought my Awaken 180 results were an anomaly, no. Beam has dropped 37 pounds in his first 7 weeks, The guy has tied my Week 7 numbers. The point is, the results are consistent, the results are real, and they're for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on 2-liter bottles of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties are just $1.49 each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. The best time of the year for football is finally here. The big game has arrived, and fans are excited to see who'll be hoisting the trophy in New Orleans. You can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Check out their big game giveaway promo for your chance at $1 million in prizes. 25 winners will walk away with $10K in cash. 7,500 winners will get $100 in bonus bets. No deposit or bet required. Opt in today in the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The kings of local social media.
Twitters and twatters.
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Hey, Bone.
Hey, man.
Give me a number.
Let's go with 8.
Caller number 8. 614-821-9710. Nate Bargatze has added a second show in Columbus. The winner, caller number 8.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Bargatze.
I'm smiling because you got it right.
Okay. Caller number 8 gets a pair of tickets to see Nate Bargatze Big Dumb Eyes Tour, August 24th at Nationwide Arena. We're going to be getting ready for the Texas Longhorns on August 24th.
Oh, my gosh. You're right.
Tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. through Ticketmaster.com.
Yeah. That's, boy, what a way to start off the season,
What a way to start the season.
You're going to come back with
Nate Bargatze.
I'm saying Texas will be ready to go. They're going to want revenge. And then it's going to be the Buckeyes with a new defensive coordinator.
Good. Jump into the fire.
A new quarterback.
Let's go.
Whether it's someone here or someone who transfers in, someone who's not taken really competitive snaps at Ohio State is going to be the one leading you out on the field. And then now you go on and defend the national championship.
I want to show Arch Manning what it's like.
Well, I hope
what
they
it's
do.
like to play the Buckeyes.
I just want to see a team that looks halfway, 3/4 of the way as good as this team looked at the end of the year. To start the year next year, we'll be in good shape by the end, if that's how it starts.
All right, college basketball. The NCAA tournament will be upon us sooner rather than later, and the championship game has a new start time.
Yeah, apparently they announced today that the previous start time, which had been 9:20 p.m.
Ridiculous.
Which, of course, if you've watched any of the NCAA tournament, the final game, championship game, often you are getting that game ending near or after midnight. You know, one shining moment playing the next day, essentially.
Ridiculous.
On the East Coast. Well, now they've announced they're moving it back by about 30 minutes. It's going to start off, tip time for this year will be 8:50 p.m. Eastern.
8:50.
It's still late.
I would like to point out, Major League Baseball is stupid. They do a lot of stupid things. Rob Manfred is an idiot. I can't stand him. But if Major League Baseball started a World Series game at 9:20 or 8:50, the world would end. They would be using that. And that's why kids are stupid now.
Oh, yeah.
Their world is going to hell, and the polar bears are dying, and climate change, and everything, nuclear weapons, because baseball's starting. Make baseball afternoon again.
Right. Yeah, that would be nonstop talking from the Woody Page section of sports commentary, the Bob Ryan section of sports commentary, the why are these guys still on TV? Why haven't they retired 10 years ago section? They would all be saying this is the end of sports and the end of baseball.
I just think it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous to start at 8:50. And don't tell me about the West Coast. All right?
Oh, well, the West Coast should be factored in if they ever helped you draw TV numbers, but they don't. They don't factor. They will factor in the end of the game. Yeah, they'll pop in, but if you start a game at 10 p.m. for them, so it starts 7 o'clock their time, the ratings are going to be awful. Like you will not get the East Coast to watch that, and that is where the majority of your ratings come from in the sports world.
By the way, speaking of, not speaking of anything, it just popped in my head because I heard it yesterday.
Great.
I was listening to international radio news because I like to be depressed about everything that's going on in the world. I think it's important.
Let me understand. Is this a radio station here that talks about international news, or an internationally based station that is talking about their news locally?
No.
Okay.
It's BBC Network Radio. They're talking about global events.
Okay.
Anyway.
Hello.
I feel like it's my duty to listen to it.
Why?
I don't know. Just to remind myself that we're doing okay.
We are?
Not collectively.
Okay.
But you and me.
Okay.
You know, we
are?
Yeah, we go home, we hit our drive-through windows, we got a nice family in our homes and all that.
I see what you mean. I thought you meant as like, yeah, okay, got it. You're right.
As a society, we're effed.
Right. You mean,
and we always have been, by the way.
You are reminding yourself that a lot of our issues that we have day to day are in fact first world problems, and while they do suck, there are things that are way worse in the world.
That's correct. And you don't have to, feel bad for what you have, but you should also be aware that other people don't necessarily have what you have.
Good to keep a broad perspective.
That's all I'm saying. I don't know about calling people broads or anything, but that's where.
Okay.
That's where I am.
That's a sure thing.
Anyway. Females. I think we can call them females.
Next time I'll say a wide perspective.
Again, why?
Wide. Just wide open. Just keep your eyes open. That's all. Yeah.
Are you aware? Now there's how many people live in this country? 350? What's the latest
I think
count?
It's 350
million?
Somewhere near 330 plus million. Let's say that.
Okay. We talk a lot about, we need to get high-speed internet in rural areas because it's so important now for learning and commerce and banking and all of that.
Of course.
Right? We made strides doing that. Are you aware that in 2025, there are 600 million people in the world that don't have electricity?
I wasn't aware of that.
600 million people that do not have access to electricity.
Wow. That is... That's something, man.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it makes you think. I mean, I remember being in high school. This was obviously 20 plus years ago. We went on a missions trip to like the inner parts of Mexico where there are still a lot of indigenous people who live there.
Sure.
And we got to go to some of their villages. And yeah, I mean, it was like dirt floors. I don't think there was electricity, at least for most of the village. There might have been a building that they could go to that had it. But outside of that, most of the houses didn't even have indoor plumbing. Most of those houses. So it's like, I know that's a thing that can even happen like not far from where we are on this continent, let alone around the world. So, but that also was 20 years ago. Most of us didn't have like a computer in our pocket like we do now. So I would think we would have fixed electricity around the world before we moved on to like everyone can have like an entire supercomputer just at their beck and call.
Making strides, I guess, but not there. But we were talking about this at the dinner table last night because Samantha came home and said, did you know that mosquitoes kill more people around the world than any other animal?
Mm-hmm.
Like times 10.
Yeah, I know I've heard something similar to that. I didn't know it was times 10, but
it's a ridiculous amount.
It's incredible.
And so she was all scared, like, well, we can't go outside because there's mosquitoes. And I said, well, we don't really have that problem in this country. In other countries, they have different types of mosquitoes. They also don't have any access to doctors at all.
Right.
If you get bitten by a mosquito here and you start to feel bad, like it's malaria junior or whatever it is.
Right.
Instead of Nick Jr., it's malaria junior.
Yes.
You go to the doctor, they give you some medicine, and presto pronto, you're doing cartwheels probably the next day. These people that don't even have electricity or running water, they have no access to any of this medicine or doctor, so they get bit by a bad mosquito, they get sick and die. Kids used to die of strep throat.
Sure. Yeah.
That used to be a thing.
People used to die of lots of stuff. Even, in the U.S., right? There'd be all kinds like, everybody got sick from this one virus and it wiped out a,
absolutely
village of people. Yeah.
Antibiotics. Bad. What a thing.
Sure.
And now people say we abuse them, we take them too much, and they're ruining our gut bacteria. This show is really depressing. Cole is putting a noose up on the
I
other
just
side
wanted
of the
to know,
glass.
well, where was this going when you started
Not
this
going
conversation?
anywhere.
Oh, wasn't it? It was just to tell you like all this stuff.
What did he write in Shawshank? Brooks was here or
Yeah,
something like
that's
that?
right. That's what Cole was
I
here.
got that scribbled right up here on the wall.
This is the show.
Hang on, you know Shawshank, but no,
That's like the
Christopher
one
Walken.
thing. That is the one. Dude, I'm terrible at movie trivia. Again, with sports, music, movies is the one thing. I got a huge blind spot there, except for Shawshank because it's on all the time.
Yeah, that's fair. You can run across that almost any time. I will say, I wanted to ask you on the Christopher Walken thing. Are you aware of the SNL Blue Oyster Cult, any of that stuff with him?
I don't even know what 3 words you just put together.
Blue Oyster Cult. Do you know anything about more cowbell?
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. So you've seen that sketch at least.
Yeah,
You're aware
I just
of
didn't
that.
know he was in it.
That's him saying it.
I thought that was
What
a Will Ferrell thing.
No, but
Will Ferrell's the one
Ferrell's
hitting the cowbell.
and he's like, "What I need
Gotcha.
is more cowbell."
All right.
That's
All right,
that's
now
Christopher
we're up to
Walken.
speed.
All right,
See, good. See, all right, we're helping
teaching,
you out.
We're teaching about cowbell and how 600 million people don't have electricity.
By the way, this will make no sense to you, Cole, but I do realize that when Mike and I do this stuff to our younger coworkers, it is like when I got into the business, people are like, "Ah, you remember that season of MASH?" And I'm like,
It's super annoying. I get
don't
it.
know anything about MASH. I have no desire to watch MASH. Don't ask me to watch it. It's not something I didn't grow up with it. I don't care. I hope they all got out of wherever they were. That's too bad.
However, you have long said that Who's On First is like the epitome of comedy.
I mean, it's yeah.
All right, so you can appreciate things.
I can't appreciate things, but that one got me when I was a kid.
I got it.
I saw it
Abbott
when
and
I was a kid.
Costello, I got that one.
There you go.
There's a reference.
Yeah.
All right, all the news and notes you need as we go inside the NFL coming up next. Cowan, Man, and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to hit a 20-minute slowdown due to an accident that's blocking the left lane on northbound 71 on the north side after Cook Road. And you're looking at a couple-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by AEP Ohio. Falling behind on your electric bill? AEP Ohio can help with payment assistant programs. Take their quick 2-minute survey to find your options. Visit aepohio.com/billhelp today to get started. That's aepohio.com/billhelp. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, as Care grew over the years, you had many opportunities to sell Care to one of the big conglomerates that are buying companies all over Central Ohio. So tell our customers why you decided to keep Care in the family.
After talking about Care's values for over 30 years, I couldn't bear the thought of Care becoming the kind of company I was warning our customers about. I know the two of you will continue to treat our customers as I would, with honesty and integrity.
We will, Dad. In 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for Ethics and was named the Lennox Partner of the Year. You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Get ready for the big game and stock up on home team favorites like buy 5, save $5 deals at Meijer. Mix or match hundreds of items like assorted varieties of DiGiorno frozen pizza, 24 packs of Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable, and Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue or marinade sauce. Buy 5, save 5 this week at Meijer. That's the good life. A good deal better. Exclusions apply. See all deals in store or in the Meijer app.
Hey guys, Anthony Rothman here for Low T Center. Keep that promise of getting your testosterone levels checked. If you lack energy, muscle mass, or have low libido, it could be low testosterone. Testosterone therapy may be your answer. But all guys have different T levels, so don't settle for a standard dosage plan. Get a personalized treatment plan at Low T Center. And for current patients, Low T Center offers a $150 credit when you refer a new patient. Book your appointment at lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
Through the magic of modern technology, I'm coming to you from inside your garbage disposal.
Hey, what are you doing down here?
I was telling folks about Who are you?
Garbage disposal monster. I eat the things people put in here. Nom 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 nom.
Oh?
Sometimes I get sick.
I was just about to say, the pros who knows from Apex are brilliant at fixing garbage disposals. You're really a monster?
Look here. These teeth?
Yeah?
They're all busted.
Oh.
They're for food, not forks. You hear up there?
Gee, what else?
Crazy noises like clingety, 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 clingety. Call Apex Pros.
Sure.
Sometimes I smell funny.
I didn't want to draw attention to it.
Call Apex Pros.
And what's going on now there?
Smoking. It's a bad habit. We're not supposed to smoke.
Well, you heard it straight from the garbage disposal monster.
Rawr.
Call the pros who knows. Apex Pros.
Hi, it's Alex, the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows, the official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
Nom 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 nom.
Congrats, Buckeyes. Cheers for the 2024 national champions. We know there's nothing like celebrating in Columbus. So wherever you choose to celebrate, choose chill. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Some fans drink the Kool-Aid. These guys drink the bleach. This is Man and Bone.
Please subscribe to the podcast of this stupid show. It's available wherever you get your podcast. Just search Common Man and T-Bone. Click subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. The podcast is brought to you by our friends, Care Heating and Cooling.
Mike, I can tell you something that I learned about Cole in the break, either now or I can tell you after Inside the NFL, whichever way you want to do it.
Now you've wet my whistle.
Okay. So we were mentioning, Christopher Walken, and Cole said, hey, I got to be honest, I really don't know a lot about the guy, and that's fine, right? Cole's a little younger than us. So we were educating Cole a little bit on that. And then after you walked out, he said, hey, I got to be honest, I've listened to the show for quite a number of years. I didn't know anything about Creed until I listened to your guys' show.
And we're educating you.
Yeah, exactly.
And so have you gone and listened to some Creed?
Yeah, I got one song in my phone, What If, from the Human Clay album.
There you go.
I believe you're a huge fan of.
Let me tell you something.
Is that the one that you were driving cross country?
That one goes.
No, it was not Human Clay. It was the first album, My Own Prison.
But What If is probably that's probably their heaviest song. As far as their ones that were released to radio, it's pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
I tell you, Bone, I think it's time for you to dive into the back catalog.
I have.
Creed.
Dude, I don't have to dive. I had the CDs. I was in high school.
It's been a while since you listened to it, is what I'm saying.
I went through them a few months ago. I said, I got to go back and listen.
You didn't tell me?
Yeah. There's a reason for that.
That song's really good, too.
Because I came back and said, yeah, that's what I thought. It's all right. It can stay where it was for me.
He's more of a Gwar guy.
I was telling Cole about Gwar in the break as well. That's a new one.
You could just lie to me, too.
I did. What do you want?
You could do that.
I said I listened to it. I was fully intending to come back in and tell you, hey, I got to tell you, I was going through some Creed, and you're right. And instead, I just said, you know what? I don't have any good thoughts here other than it was exactly what I thought it was, which was I enjoyed it at the time that it came out. And for me, personally, I'm moved on.
I'm happy that my entire career, I've been doing this for 21 years. Apparently, my claim to fame is getting the bagel sandwiches back.
That's right.
At McDonald's and introducing Cole to Creed.
And killing Bo Schembechler.
That's three things.
And I killed Bo Schembechler.
You know,
that's right.
You may have introduced more than just Cole. Maybe there are other people like Cole who are like,
that's what I mean.
I've listened. I didn't know anything about Creed, and now you've exposed them to Creed.
Yeah, and I told Bone, too, in the break, I said, you teach me a lot. Like, in my time listening to the show the past 6 or 7 years, I didn't know who Andrew Dice Clay was before this show.
See? There you go. The Dice Man. Jack and Jill walking up that hill.
A lot of people would like to forget about Andrew Dice Clay.
Well,
yeah.
I kind of equate him as he's an ultimate, you had to be there cultural phenomenon, isn't he? Where it's like, if you were alive in that time, I think a lot of people were like, yeah, this guy is, we don't know why, but he's made it popular. Gallagher is another one.
Gallagher.
Like that. Yeah, where it's just like, if you were there,
you and I weren't there for that.
No, we weren't. That's why it doesn't hit for us the same way as it does. But if you were, you're like, oh man, Gallagher, that was something back in the day.
All right, inside the NFL.
Common Man and T-Bone's Inside the NFL.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Bone.
Well, man, Raiders owner Mark Davis has apparently decided to leave from the P.F. Chang's, where he holds his usual office meetings, and go talk to the media. And he brought this up. He was talking about a lot of things. I'm sure we'll have more on that later in the show, but he was talking about John Gruden. He said, John Gruden was somebody I brought in and really expected to be that person on the football side that would bring stability to the organization. We had a 10-year contract and all that, and his head was chopped off, and we were put in a really bad position as an organization. Didn't elaborate on why his head was chopped off, but maybe a good time to go review that if you've forgotten.
No, it's unjust.
Oh, unjust?
Yeah, it was just a big lie.
Right.
Scam.
Using racist and sexist terminology.
That's private emails.
Company emails that everyone can read.
No one was supposed to read it.
Yeah, well, that's not how that works when you're getting a 10-year, was it 7 a year? 8 a year?
I like his justification for why the team is in disarray. Like, well, that's why it's been such an embarrassment here, and I haven't been able to find anybody to run my football department because...
What was that?
John Gruden had a 10-year contract, and there's no one else who can run it.
It was 18 when that happened?
I don't know.
It's 2025, dude. What have you been doing the last 7 years? Nothing, apparently, other than getting bad haircuts and moving your team. So, yeah, you can shut up. That's stupid. Browns GM Andrew Berry says...
He's stupid, too.
Says Myles Garrett won't be traded. Will not trade him. Don't worry about that. Of course, because...
Were we worried about that?
Well, no, but I think the discussion is fair that anyone who is trying to improve any football team should at least have the opportunity to consider any player that they want as a possibility to move if the right situation occurs. And given the fact that ownership has screwed things up with Deshaun Watson so badly, or whoever, right? If it's Andrew Berry, whoever you believe on that narrative, fact is you still got more time with this dude on the roster, and his salary limitations, insurance aside, injury, possibly getting some of that waived aside, there's still a lot of money on the books. The Browns have to deal with that. So it's at least understandable that perhaps if they got the right deal for Myles Garrett, they might say, you know what, we're not in our winning window right now. Let's let him go somewhere where he can win. I'm glad as a Browns fan that they're planning on keeping him. I think that is a good move. However, I also understand that if you got like 3 first-round picks for him, you might have to consider it. But no, he's a generational player. I think it's great that they're going to keep with him. Now they have to work out a contract to make sure he wants to stay there long term. Let's hope that happens. Russell Wilson and Drake May are among some of the names that were announced today as Pro Bowl games replacements. Reminder, there is no actual Pro Bowl game that they play. They play a series of competitions where they, whatever, throw...
It's like NFL medieval times. Dinner and tournament.
Now they're actually, this year they're having a game show. Like an actual, let's have a competition where, I forget who's involved in it, but yes. Apparently these are the replacements for, I'm sorry. They are some of the replacements for Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are Russell Wilson and Drake May. Baker Mayfield, meanwhile, was also named as a replacement for Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I told you he would be.
Okay, well, yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying, all of this is to say, who cares? With Drake May, no offense to him, he's obviously, giving them some hope in New England that he could eventually be, part of the future there.
He was so good they fired the coach and
no, but they fired a coach so they can fix him and get everything. Sure. Anyway, just remember that when someone says, "Oh man, that guy made the Pro Bowl, he's pretty good," Drake May made the Pro Bowl.
So did Tyler Huntley last year.
Right.
Was it last year or the year before?
I forget which year, but you're right.
Making the Pro Bowl means nothing. Now, if you're an all-pro, that's a difference.
That's a different category. Yeah. But I don't even, again, we laugh at this. The Pro Bowl will still get that the main broadcast of the Pro Bowl will get somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 to 9 million viewers, and you and I will scratch our heads and
People
go,
are
why?
Stupid. We already know who's winning the Super Bowl. I'm going to tell you how we know it. And it's not because, it's all scripted. No, there's a reason. We know why one team is going to win the Super Bowl. We'll tell you about it next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a couple of minutes slowdown on westbound 270 on the South Outer Belt between US 23 and 71. And you're looking at a 10-minute delay on eastbound 33 from Refugee Road to Hamilton Road. This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast. Freshen up your morning with Wendy's Breakfast, like a breakfast Baconator or a grilled sausage breakfast burrito, or even a Honey Buddy. Ready for a fresh wake-up call? Gotta be Wendy's. Available at participating U.S. Wendy's. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Visit The Waterworks online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Let's get it started.
Lindsay Honda starts this year off by giving you cash for your clunker. Up to $2,500 or $3,500 minimum for any trade. It's Lindsay Honda's Cash for Clunkers. 2025 CRVs and Ridgelines, both $299 a month. That's $299 a month or clunker cash going on now.
The lot is full and the deals are on.
See lindsayhonda.com for program details.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and 7 weeks ago I decided to make a change, and now I'm down 37 pounds. Only 7 weeks to drop what probably took 5 years to put on. What's more wild is how easy it was, all thanks to Awaken 180. I'm chasing Willie around like it's nothing, throwing him up in the air, running after the dog, all kinds of good things. Something that used to leave me gas. And you know what? If you're overweight, I'm sure that you can relate. Late nights, early mornings, football playoffs, none of it feels like it's slowing me down anymore. And those cravings that always got in my way, gone. Poof. What I thought would be a struggle has become second nature. The other guys here at The Fan were right. Awaken 180 gives results. And more importantly, the fast results we need to keep on going. My coach, Natalie, is the health guru. She helps me adjust to fit my crazy schedule from what to eat to when to eat. No meds, no gimmicks. Just a plan straight up that works and can work for anyone. If you want control, take control with Awaken 180. It is the choice to make. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Make 2025 your year and finally feel like yourself again. Don't just set goals, allow Affinity to help you support them. The people at Affinity Whole Health, they're experts in GLP-1s for weight loss therapy, testosterone replacement therapy, and bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. So you can rock 2025 with a sustainable weight loss plan and more energy, increased muscle, and better sleep. It's all great. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com and turn your resolution into reality. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Get ready to make the big game even bigger at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. With 2 massive jumbotrons, over 50 feet of screen, and more than 30 TVs, you won't miss a single play, touchdown, or highlight. Fuel your game with mouthwatering food and bucket specials. Plus, warm up with our pregame cornhole toss for your chance to win big before kickoff. Reserve your table now for the best seat in the house. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Buddy Wells. The men's college basketball from last night. Ohio State used a big second half to propel themselves to an 82-65 win over Iowa. That's 2 wins in a row now for the Buckeyes as they prepare for a pair of road games later on this week. On Thursday night, they'll head to Happy Valley to face Penn State. And then on Sunday afternoon this weekend, it's a matchup against number 18 Illinois in Champaign. In the NFL, speaking in front of reporters today at the Senior Bowl, Browns general manager Andrew Berry said that the team would not be trading Myles Garrett this offseason regardless of what they were offered. In fact, Berry also said that the team is open to the idea of extending the 29-year-old superstar pass rusher. In women's college hoops, Ohio State jumped up 4 spots to number 8 in this week's top 25 rankings. The OSU women will play just one game this week. That'll be on Sunday evening when they host the Washington Huskies. And in the NBA, the Cavaliers snapped their 3-game skid last night with a 110-91 win over the Detroit Pistons. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Barely famous, incredibly stupid. Back to Man and Bone.
Look, I know that John Gruden wants back in the NFL. He's trying to keep himself relevant, I guess, by signing this deal with Barstool. And I'm not here to say it's a good deal, a bad deal, whatever it is.
Okay.
But I look at him in some of these pictures where he's with the Barstool guys.
Oh, yeah.
And he looks like he wants to kill himself.
Oh, yes.
It's that same look that like Vivica A. Fox has when she's in a Sharknado movie where she's almost resigned to her fate. Like, I can't believe that I'm here. I mean, I was hot. I was in Independence Day. I was in all of it.
Yeah. There was a moment over the weekend where Barstool hired some guy who I think was like a lineman for Indiana. Like work just got done playing football at Indiana.
All right, let him live.
And somehow they decided that he was funny enough or whatever. They put him on. He got hired. So they had a video of him going through his first day at the office, and I think he played center because he walked in, and Gruden's initial response was like, "All right, big boy, turn around." And then the guy's just like, "Yeah, I know what to do." And he bent over, and then Gruden got under center and gave him a little set hut, and then like. They did a little snap, and he's like, all right, yeah, you'll do it. And the whole thing looked like Gruden said, I know I'm expected to do this. I know they want me to put him through the paces, but I don't want to do this. I got to do it for the video. It was all very weird.
I don't fault Barstool for making him do it. I mean, you signed up to be in the circus. So
you are in the circus,
let's
my friend.
Go. You're going to go
to it.
With the yak lady.
Well, the yak lady I like. What's her name? I don't know. What her name? I forget her name, but yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell.
No.
The Eagles are wearing their home uniforms in the Super Bowl. They're designated the home team. Why? Because it rotates.
Oh,
it has nothing to do with record, nothing like that. So the Eagles designated the home team, which means they get to pick. They've decided to go with their home uniforms, which means the Chiefs will wear the white tops. Here's why it doesn't matter now. We know who's going to win.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with Taylor Swift, and it's all scripted, and Pat Mahomes, and none of that. In the last 20 Super Bowls, the teams wearing the white uniforms are 16-4.
Really?
16-4.
I didn't know that.
I just told you.
No, it's a pretty good stat. I mean, it's not impossible to win that.
Not impossible, but
the odds are stacked against you. So you already have the Chiefs being, what are they now, 17 straight one-possession games,
ridiculous.
Regular season and postseason that they've won. Then you add in 20 the last 20 times they've had a Super Bowl, 16 out of 20 have won it if they're wearing the white unis. Yeah, you're right.
Did you see the viewership numbers for the AFC Championship game?
Yeah.
First of all, NFC Championship game, 44.2 million viewers. They're saying that's the least watched NFC Championship game since Rams and Saints in 2019. Okay?
And by the way, that largely in the second half, it wasn't that competitive. You know what I mean? Like
right.
It's still a NFC Championship game. It still matters. It's still two big markets, but it is also something where probably a lot of people said, all right, this looks how I know how this is going, and they may have tuned out.
44.2 million for that game. Chiefs and Bills, 57.4 million viewers on CBS.
Unreal.
That is the best for any NFC AFC title game since Giants 49ers in 2012, which drew 57.6 million.
No, that's a stunning number, dude. I mean, usually for context, for those who don't follow these numbers that often, a Super Bowl will get somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 to 120 million, give or take the year. So let's say they average at about 110 million, something like that. So you're talking essentially they got a little more than half of a Super Bowl audience for an AFC Championship game, which is the Super Bowl is its own beast because it's not about the football there. It's about that and the pageantry and the national anthem and the commercials and the halftime show. All of that draws so many different people who never watch football to that game, plus all of us who do. So, the whole thing, getting half of that number for the actual football game where none of that pageantry really is around it, that's pretty stunning.
We were talking about the Raiders last hour and how Mark Davis is still moaning about how John Gruden was taken away from him, whatever. Well, Tom Brady, according to reports now, Tom Brady is essentially running the show. Mark Davis is the owner, but Tom Brady is almost the president of football operations.
Mm-hmm.
He's in there determining who the general manager is going to be. He's determining who the head coach is going to be. My question to you is, how is it that Tom Brady is still allowed to call games on television?
I have no answer for you.
This isn't somebody that just has a minority stake and... Like Gloria Estefan is a minority owner in the Dolphins, all right? She's not in the room hiring coaches.
She's also not on TV breaking down the games. But to your point, that maybe for people who don't see that as being a big deal, you understand that Tom Brady gets to go to every other coach every week for every game that they do and sit down with both of them. Now, it's all embargoed information. They're not allowed to share it until during the game. And only then, they're only supposed to do that if it's something that warrants, like if they, I think I was watching the Chiefs game, and I think there was something that either Nance or Romo said at one point where they're like, well, we did talk about this in the meeting with them. When they get in these goal line situations, they like to do this. And it was directly, intel from the meeting that they're supposed to give to these guys so they can make the broadcast good. What coach in their right mind would give Tom Brady any actual usable information for the broadcast going forward, right?
I wouldn't.
No. So what happens is if the coaches are smart enough, if they don't just get wooed by the fact that he's Tom Brady and, oh, gosh, we got to tell him everything. If they're smart enough to realize this is not a good idea from a strategic standpoint because he runs another NFL team, then you will get no information as a viewer. It will all be up to whatever Tom Brady can figure out on his own, which I'm sure he can figure out more than the average bear, right? But he's not going to be getting the best info anymore because of this role, which means he's not going to do as good of a job on the air.
I have seen some better reviews, though, for Tom Brady on the internets.
I know.
About his performance. And I wonder if the people who write them almost like call Greg Olsen beforehand and say, now listen, buddy, you're still our favorite.
We love you.
And we think you should be on the number one crew, but we're going to write something positive about Tom Brady's broadcasting ability. Are you okay with that?
I think the reason people have done this with Tom Brady in part was because no one thought to figure out if this man could actually talk before they hired him. No one gave any thought to, like, when you listen to his press conferences, his voice is a little odd. And his cadence is weird.
I don't know what you're talking about, T-Bone.
Right. So then when they watched him on the broadcast for the first time, they said, oh, my God, it's possible Tom Brady may actually suck. This is no good. And then everyone overcorrected to, like, he's awful. He'll never be able to do it. They may have to fire him. And then he's, like, figured out some things. He doesn't talk in such an annoying cadence as much. But still, there are parts of that game where I'm listening to it going, this guy is not like a top 3 guy on any network if his name's not Tom Brady.
No,
he's not
but
good at this job.
What we do, we have to have someone who we hate, right? Before this, it was, look at what Tony Romo's become.
Sure.
Like,
right.
The president of CBS is having meetings because they have this Tony Romo crisis.
Which It's a crisis of their own doing. They gave him like $20 million.
What I'm saying, does his shtick become a little grating at times where he's making noises and, predicting plays and takes the I'm a fan to a obnoxious level?
Right.
Yes. But was it as bad as people were making it out to be? No. Was Greg Olsen as good as they were making him out to be? No. But we always have this. For a long time, it was Joe Buck. Now people look at Joe. Oh, look at him. He's the pillar of professionalism. Joe Buck.
Sure.
He was public enemy number one for many years.
Of course he was. Well, and I know that with every broadcast crew, there are going to be people who, a lot of them are polarizing, right? Like Gus Johnson, when he does college football. Gus, there are some people who are like, I need that big moment. Ha ha! Like they want that. They want somebody calling it, the world famous Ohio State. Like people enjoy that.
Except when Gus is pissed off and he just pretends like he doesn't want to call the game at all, which we did see this year.
One of the more bizarre things I've ever seen in my life was him just no selling a college football game. But then there are plenty of people on the other side who say, I can't take that man because he is just overexcited over the dumbest things in a football game. Team can be up 4 touchdowns and he'll just, unless it was that one game, he will scream about this like it's the biggest play in the history of the world. And I think you're going to have that no matter who you put in these seats. To be fair to Tom Brady, you're always going to have people who can't stand what you do and people who love what you do. But I don't think any of these guys are going to cause the ratings to go down.
But that's why, and good, look, get it if you can get it, take it is what I'm trying to say. I don't understand how anyone is worth $375 million to call NFL games.
Well, which one of those two guys we just mentioned, Romo and Brady, which one was doing the one that got the 57 million number and which one was doing the one that got the lowest rating?
That's right.
Right? Like Tom Brady gets paid vastly more than anybody else on TV.
And to your point, it had nothing to do with Tony Romo. It's
Tom Brady.
It's the game they're doing. Right, or Tom Brady.
If that Eagles Commanders game had gone down to the wire and was like a 3-point game in the fourth quarter, it probably would have got closer to 50 million or maybe even over. What are you supposed to do about that? And I don't think it matters if, again, I'm not saying that these guys don't matter. What they do is important. You have to be good at it. But no one's getting a network gig who hasn't at least had some huge amount of experience in football, like Tom Brady, or who isn't just an awesome broadcaster, like a Greg Olsen type, where he had a lot of experience too, but he also turned out to be a pretty good broadcaster. They're not putting someone in that spot who doesn't have at least one of those. So I'm saying whoever's going to be in that pool of candidates, is it going to be bad enough that you turn the game off? It's
right.
like they're
I just think
picking someone out of the stands to do it.
I think we overcomplicate things. For a long time it was, ESPN Monday Night Football. It's not what it used to be because they can't get the announcer booth right. Or it's because their games suck.
That's a big part of it.
Right.
Yes. I think it matters a lot more on the local level when you're listening to the same team every week, no matter who they're playing. That is where you need your Paul Keels. That's where the difference is made. Local broadcasts, 100% different than those network broadcasts, in my opinion.
We're going to do a little quarterback matchmaker coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to find traffic is moving slow on westbound 670 between Grandview Avenue and I-70. And you're going to hit a 20-minute delay due to an accident that's blocking the left lane. On northbound 71 on the north side, after Cook Road, it will be stop and go from 670. This report is sponsored by Audible. And if you're stuck in traffic, why not tap into your well-being with Audible audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Spend time with expert insight on better health, relationships, finance, and more. Start listening free with a 30-day trial at audible.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
The New Year's celebration has come and gone, but my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin are still offering those great deals. Rich is sticking with rates starting as low as 0% and leases starting from only $249 a month. Test drive the Prologue, the new all-electric SUV from Honda. And how about the very popular CR-V LX all-wheel drive? A 25 lease is only $349 a month for 36 months with $19.99 down. See the dealer for all these amazing details. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Is foot pain keeping you from living the life you love? Hi, it's Ron with the Good Feet store. Life is too short to be living with pain. When all four arches in your feet are supported, the results can be amazing. Go to goodfeet.com to make your appointment today.
Austin Ward here, and if you thought my Awaken 180 results were an anomaly, no. Beam has dropped 37 pounds in his first 7 weeks. The guy has tied my week 7 numbers. The point is, the results are consistent, the results are real, and they're for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
At Pella, we use the newest technology to show you exactly how new windows would look on your home.
Well, we keep it simple at our window place. We use a number 2 pencil to draw what your house will look like with our new windows. See?
Oh yeah, that definitely looks like a number 2.
Thank you, Leslie. Wait, I see what you did there.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Bishop and Friends.
My wife jumped onto the couch and was bouncing. Bootsy and Beamsy and NBC sprinting around like maniacs.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Seller.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Have you ever told a friend?
Oh, I'm fine.
When you really felt?
Just so overwhelmed.
Or sent a text? Can't sleep. Are you awake? When you couldn't find the words to say? I'm scared to be alone with my thoughts right now. Then this is your sign to reach out to the 988 Lifeline for 24/7 free confidential support. You don't have to hide how you feel. Text, call, or chat anytime.
Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions, so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, plenty of sunshine. It does get windy this afternoon, so keep that in mind. Winds could gust as high as 30 miles per hour. Today's high will be 40. Wednesday, partly sunny, high of 40. Our next big storm comes in Thursday night into Friday. Could be looking at an inch of rain. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Murdering brain cells, one show at a time. Back to Man and Bone.
This dumb show brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company. Rapid Fire. Coming up at 4:30. Game show at 5:30. What is the game this week, Bone?
This week we are doing Weather Channel trivia. The Weather Channel. Love it. I've always loved it. You know, when I was a kid, no joke, because we didn't have cable, for a lot of the time I was a kid, I always thought when I saw the Weather Channel, it gave me warm feelings because it meant we were on vacation. Because, like, if you're in a hotel, you had cable, you could watch the Weather Channel.
Very interesting.
If you would go to, like, any of my relatives' house who had cable, they would flip it on and you'd see the Weather Channel. So when I would hear, like, the local on the 8s, whatever, the local weather thing with the little crappy graphics and the music, I'd get, like, a warm fuzzy. It was nice.
I have this weird memory of the Weather Channel, which I wish I could forget.
Okay.
But a buddy of mine had a adult-only movie.
Yes.
On VHS. And this was the first adult-only movie that I had ever experienced. And so I thought I was ready for it, and then you sort of put it on, and I realized I wasn't ready for it.
You weren't getting, this was not the blurry channel where you were getting like a little taste of what was going on. You got the full
This wasn't even like, a tastefully nude, like a Playboy.
Oh, no, this was hard.
This was the first time I ever saw people actually doing the thing.
You know what they say, Mike? You're not hardcore unless you live hardcore. That's what I've heard.
But at this, I wasn't ready. I didn't know what I was going to expect, but it wasn't that.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And so I remember the thing that we were watching, the thing that was on the TV before we put the auxiliary for the VCR on was the Weather Channel.
Okay.
I just remember going from Weather Channel to someone on their knees.
Sure.
And I wasn't prepared for what was to come.
Also,
in more ways than one.
I'm going to guess watching that for the first time with a friend also being like, well, what do you think? You know, that's just not the way I want to experience that for the first time.
He had watched it before.
Oh, I see.
Because it was his dad's, I guess, that he found. Mm-hmm. So he watched it. He pre-screened it.
Gotcha.
So he knew what was happening.
So he'd have you fast forwarded to like the best parts? You got none of the buildup, huh? You got no like setup?
No, there was no buildup. It was just right there.
This is the repairman is coming over to fix the washer and dryer.
No.
Let me get the door.
None of that.
Okay.
Quarterback matchmaking. I saw this on CBS today. They decided to sort of switch around the quarterbacks in the NFL. What could happen this offseason? Here's what they think could happen.
All right.
Sam Darnold to the Jets. Now, if you're saying, didn't he start his career there and he was a big bust and they got rid of him? Yes.
Yeah.
But they think now with Aaron Glenn, the new head coach, he saw firsthand what a first-round bust can do. Jared Goff.
Sure thing.
I don't know if he's a first-round bust because Jared Goff did take his team to the Super Bowl when he was with the Rams.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the same as winning it. And everybody didn't give him credit for that. Everybody was saying they got to get rid of this guy.
Oh, okay.
Which fine. But you're right. He's not, I don't know if he's a bust, to your point.
Anyway, so Sam Darnold to the Jets. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what they say. Justin Fields back to the Steelers. So he will be the Steelers' starting quarterback next season because Russell Wilson is going to the New York Football Giants.
Oh, right. Well, I know the Giants, there was talk that they were in on him before they ended up going with the Steelers, so... Yeah, I mean, so far, I got to say, all of this sounds, not the Justin Fields part, but the Russell Wilson to the Giants. Does that sound like that's ever going to work?
That would be bad.
That sounds like a guy who's going to go there and 3 weeks in will just be like, hey, man, I just got to keep my head up and focus on me, and I can't listen to the outside noise. Like in week 3, that's where we're going to be with Russell Wilson.
Here is something that you and I have talked about. Kirk Cousins to the Browns.
I bet there are a lot of Browns fans who would like to see that. I, 1, am not a huge believer in Kirk Cousins. 2, don't think the Browns are like a quarterback away from being competitive. I think they have a lot of flaws. So I don't know what this does for you other than gives you a functioning human body who has played quarterback in the league for a lot of years. And sure, could probably get the offense better than it has been the last couple. But I don't feel like that's going to be long-term sustained success with Kirk Cousins. Even if he does get you a few more wins, I think it's fool's gold.
So the Colts, they were out on Anthony Richardson, then they were back in because Flacco Mike Kracko couldn't do it. Then he was ouchie, so they were back out. Anyway.
Well, then he took himself out of the game. Remember that?
He needed a breather.
Right.
They say here, Derek Carr, your one-time boyfriend, to the Colts.
He was my guy.
That's right.
All right. I mean, I don't think, is that going to fix your problem? No, it's all of these seem like 1-year holdovers until they can actually draft a quarterback they want.
Jimmy Garoppolo, who's only 33, to the Vikings. Now they're saying J.J. McCarthy is there and he's going to be the starting quarterback, but Jimmy Garoppolo can come in, be that veteran guy until J.J.'s ready.
I guess. I mean, the plan in Minnesota feels very much flawed because it involves J.J. McCarthy being like a good NFL quarterback, and I just won't believe that until I see it.
Jameis Winston to the Broncos. They say he'd be a good backup to Bo Nix.
Okay, right. This is actually the first one of all that you've said that I've been like, yeah, I could see that working out well. I think he is a steady backup who could come in and win you a few games. I don't think anyone would mistake him as a guy who's a long-term answer, but you don't need that in Denver. You think you've got that answer in Bo Nix.
Kenny Pickett to the Cardinals, to back up Kyler Murray.
Sure.
Daniel Jones to the Rams to back up
Stafford.
Matt Stafford. Gardner Minshew to the Panthers. Jacoby Brissett to the Raiders. Cooper Rush to the Saints. Trey Lance to the Chargers. Zach Wilson to the Chiefs. They're doing a lot here, man.
We're really getting
I'm about to get to one of our favorite names. Carson Wentz to the Steelers. And C.J. Beathard, a.k.a. C.J. Beathard, to the Cowboys.
Now, I am not a Steelers fan. I didn't watch as much Justin Fields, but I tried to watch a decent amount. Cole, our producer today, is a Steelers fan. Cole, do you want to go into next year with Justin Fields as your guy?
No.
Okay.
I didn't want that this year.
What about C.J. Beathard?
Now we're talking.
Yes.
He went to Iowa, so he can just bring his old college uniform to the field and he'll fit right in.
There you go. Right. Exactly. Are you a danger Russ guy? Do you feel like he's still got some danger left in him, Russell Wilson?
Man, I would halfway through the season, I would have said yeah, but the longer it went, it was just like, man, we're losing to all these other playoff teams, and it was fool's gold, fake news, whatever.
Well,
so,
you're going to have to pick a quarterback.
I know.
Though.
That's the problem is we're not bad enough to draft a good one. So
right.
I'm tired of this purgatory.
Hey, I just want to point out to all the Steelers fans back in August when I dared to mention this, and then I had a bunch of Steelers fans who were like, you don't know what you're talking about. We're going to be great this year. I remember I said, hey, it kind of sucks to be in purgatory where you're never good enough to get a top 5 pick or bad enough, but you're never good enough to like really make a run in the playoffs, even though you were kind of right there, whatever. Yeah. Like, yeah, this is why. This is the purgatory you're kind of sitting in right now. So
what about Sam Darnold? Can I interest you in Sam Darnold?
A little bit. A little bit. I'm not big on a sample size of one, so the fact that he was terrible in that Rams playoff game, that doesn't scare me off too badly because he played legit football this year.
I agree with you on that. I do think whoever gets him, their team will probably improve. I don't think it was just the situation in Minnesota or whatever. I think there's a lot more to him than just that.
Did you know that Mike Tomlin never had a losing season?
We've heard that. Yes.
Yes. And I bet you love hearing that, don't you, Cole?
I'm sick and tired of it.
Mm-hmm. I bet you are.
I flipped on the wrestling last night. I had not watched any of it since it went to Netflix.
Okay.
I'm talking about the WWE.
Yeah, WWE, right.
Because somebody told me that Scott Steiner was going to be on. They lied to me. He was not on.
Oh, well, his, I want to say his nephew is that Braun Breaker guy. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Yeah, there's a character who is his nephew in real life. And then I believe they just signed his son to their, whatever their developmental thing is.
Whatever.
So, like.
I was duped.
He apparently has some. But he has ties to Atlanta area. He had a lot of big matches there. I think he lives in the area. And he was tweeting out before the show, hey, if you want to see some real power get in the ring, you have me on. Don't be cowards.
I don't care about your stupid power.
Invite me back in.
I don't care about big bad booty daddy. I don't care about the big papa pump and the muscles and all that crap. Here's what I want. I want you in the ring cutting a promo like this.
You know, they say all men are created equal. But you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true. See, normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best at beating me. And then you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. See, the three-way at sacrifice, you got a 33 1/3 chance of winning. But I got a 66 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, and he's not even going to try. So, Samoa Joe, you take your 33 1/3 chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning. If we used to go one-on-one and then add 66 2/3%, I got a 141 2/3 chance of winning at sacrifice. See, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at sacrifice.
That, my friend, is a Michigan grad. No joke.
That's, you know what? I want, if people hear that and think, well, that was the gimmick, right? Was that he was just going to screw up the numbers?
No, that wasn't.
No, that wasn't the plan. It was what made it funny, and it is the thing that makes it live on. They were trying to do that kind of straight there, and it just didn't work.
All right, rapid fire in 2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 10-minute slowdown if you're traveling on eastbound 70 on the east side between 33 and 270, and about a 5-minute delay on northbound 315 between Kinnear Road and North Broadway. This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green. Get a golf course quality lawn that's more affordable than you think. Don't wait. Sign up at truegreen.com for 75% off your first service. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. TRUgreen.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
Next on Metro's Nada Yada Island podcast.
I almost fainted when the 4 new bombshells arrived. 4 free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G phones at Metro.
No way.
And finding out the 4th line is free. Oh, things got heated.
That's wild. Join Metro and get 4 free Samsung 5G phones. Only at Metro.
Plus tax. Bring 4 numbers and an ID and sign up for any Metro Flex plan. Not available currently at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Guys, it's D. Miller. It's a new year and time to keep that promise of getting your testosterone levels checked. If you're lacking energy, muscle mass, or have low libido, it could be low testosterone. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, may be the answer. Don't settle for a standard dosage TRT plan. Look for a personalized treatment plan, like you'll get at Low T Center. And for current patients, Low T Center offers a $150 credit when you refer a new patient. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Banned from every dime a dog night in the Midwest.
Because he's fat.
Here's Man and Bone.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Happy Tuesday. Rapid fire coming up in mere moments. Fan poll, 971thefan.com. How many points will the Blue Jackets accumulate on their 4-game road trip through Vegas, Utah, Dallas, and Buffalo? 0-1, 2-3, 4-5, 6+. I'm going to say a successful trip is going 500 and getting 4 points. So that's my answer, 4-5.
All right, I'll go 4-5. That sounds about right to me.
Are you ready for rapid fire?
Love it.
Now,
Let's
a little
go.
bit of a different tone today because Teddy's not here. He's sick. He's got the flu. So Cole is here, and it's time for rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Sponsored by Custom Air. Custom Air. Custom Solutions. Custom Comfort.
All right, Cole, rapid fire number 1. Rapid fire number 1, since we've given away some Nate Bargatze tickets today. And shout out our guy Terrence I didn't ask him. So Terrence in Saginaw.
Great.
Who are some of your favorite stand-up comedians ever, and have you seen any in person?
Back when I was a teenager, the Sun Rosen set with Eddie Murphy.
Sure.
I mean, he wasn't doing stand-up at that time, but my buddy and I, we would go back and we'd listen to his old stand-up stuff, and we would try and imitate it, which became a problem when like 2 white guys are in public trying to imitate Eddie Murphy.
Right. There's a lot of the bit you can't do.
Stand-up. Well, we did it, though. That's the problem.
Probably shouldn't have done that, yeah.
But look, Sam Kinison, I loved. He's out of his mind. He's dead now. That's why.
There's a lot of dead comedians on my list too, for what it's worth.
I don't watch a ton of it now. When I do, it's usually like Ricky Gervais or something like that. I enjoy him.
Yeah. I like, of the current guys that are still doing it, like Bill Burr is one of my favorites. I really like Dave Attell, going back to his Insomniac days, if you never saw that show, but he's been hilarious for a long time. Of the guys who are like no longer with us, I hate to say it, that's like a much longer list of dudes. Like Mitch Hedberg, all-time favorite. Norm, Bernie Mac, George Carlin probably was like the number 1 guy for me for a very long time. Bill Hicks is amazing. And Patrice O'Neal. If you've never seen Patrice O'Neal, my God. Like, those are the legends. I haven't seen a lot of stand-up comedy live, though. Probably the last comedian I went to see live was a few years ago. We saw Damon Wayans Jr. come to town. He was on New Girl and other shows, but Damon Wayans' son, he's very funny live. I liked him a lot.
I'm trying to think who's the last comedian I saw live. It was probably Jerry Seinfeld when he came here.
Oh, there you go.
Probably like 15 years ago.
He's a fairly big deal. I think he's coming back, right?
He is with Gaffigan.
Yeah, that's it.
When I saw him, it was at the Ohio Theater. I think they're doing the big stadium.
They're doing the Shot, I believe.
You know, I tried my hand at stand-up comedy back in the day, back when I was banging.
And?
I couldn't take the instant reaction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, no
it's
matter how good of a comedian you could be, you're going to bomb. That's what they all say.
Look, I know that I bomb on this show on occasion, but I can't see you, and I can't just hear your audible disappointment. But in stand-up comedy, when you bomb, that's right in front of you. And I couldn't get past that aspect of it. And I was probably very unfunny. A lot of my act was about taking a crap.
There you go.
Rapid fire number 2.
Who would be your dream team broadcasting duo to commentate a Super Bowl?
Can they be dead?
Yeah.
Oh.
Summerall and Madden.
I was just going to say. I mean, that's what I would bring those guys back just because for me, that's memories as a kid.
Yeah.
Pat Summerall, John Madden. And I would definitely want there to be an episode of Murder, She Wrote after the Super Bowl just so he could read that and say, Murder, She Wrote. Just like he always did. Pat Summerall.
Rapid fire number 3.
The lineup for the NBA Slam Dunk Contest for this year has been revealed. The event will feature Mac McClung, Stephon Castle, Matas Buzelis, maybe.
Yeah.
And this one's easier. Andre Jackson Jr. When is the last time you actually cared about the dunk contest?
The last time Michael Jordan was in it.
Oh. I mean, I still flip it on every year. I watch that in the 3-point shootout, and, like, it's not the same, but that Mac McClung guy has made some incredible dunks over the years. I think they ought to just get rid of the idea of it being an NBA-led. Who wants to see their favorite player out there? Like, you want to see them, right? But if they blow a wheel and then you're like, oh, he's on the shelf for the rest of the year and he's on a playoff team, that's probably not ideal. So just get guys who do this, who that's all they do. There's dozens
professional dunkers?
Yeah, there's dozens of YouTubers out there that are like, oh, yeah, you jumped over 2 cars at the playground, and they show it, and it's real. Have those guys come out. They get exposure. Their YouTube channels get a bunch of hits. We actually get to watch a fun dunk contest, and you can have the NBA players just talking about how crazy it is what they're doing.
I like that.
Yeah.
Rapid fire number 4.
One of my favorite radio hosts in the country, Evan Roberts. He does a Mets-themed podcast that he named after an obscure former player, Rico Bronya.
There you go.
If you were to start a podcast about one of your favorite teams in any sport and name it after an obscure former player, who would it be?
I would do a Jackets podcast. I would name it Rusty's Klesla. I don't know why. That always tickled me. Rusty's Klesla.
You could do a Jackets one, too, that's just called Time to Tugnut. You know, you could have that. That's a fun one for Ron Tugnut, former goalie.
Rubbing a Tugnut.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. I'm trying to think of what other ones we could do. I mean, years ago, I still talk about this. They're not my favorite team, but the St. Louis Cardinals had a guy named So Taguchi who played for their team.
He's still very famous there.
Oh, well, I think a good podcast for a Cardinals-themed broadcast would be That's So Taguchi. Like the show That's So Raven, except it's That's So Taguchi. And then
I like that.
Have him on if he's there.
Rapid fire number 5.
If you were a guest on a late night talk show, then who would you want the other 2 guests to be? One of them can be the musical guest.
Ooh. I like that.
I'll do Pearl Jam as my musical guest, and I'll do Gabby Thomas in the chair next to me.
That's, you know what?
Just so I can be in her orbit.
You'll do Gabby Thomas in the chair next to you.
Well, phrasing. Are we not doing phrasing anymore?
I would, but that's not what I meant.
Can I pick which late night show I would be on, too? Because I definitely would not pick Fallon. I would not be on that.
Which late night show?
You can do
would you
hand
pick?
puppets with Craig Ferguson.
Yes. Oh my God. I would absolutely go on the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. One, and then I would let him pick the guest. The musical guest, I would pick like System of a Down. I think that'd be fun. But he can pick the other guest because if you never watch Craig Ferguson's show, he would have on almost every episode one hot like woman actress guest that would come on, and then they basically would flirt, and she would almost always nearly take her clothes off. Like, I don't know what he had going there.
I never really watched Craig Ferguson.
Oh,
Well, because he was on opposite of Conan.
You know what, though?
And I watched Conan almost every night.
Yeah. And it would just depend on who the guests were, but I would flip over. He had Jeff the Robot.
Yep.
Dude.
The gay robot skeleton.
One of the greatest gimmicks in the history of TV is you just look over at Jeff the gay robot who would just respond to whatever they were talking about. Like, yeah, that's great. That sounds about right. And that's it. There was nothing else to it. They would just do that all the time.
He had Secretariat in the stable, too.
I miss it so much.
Jen Winters loves Craig Ferguson.
Oh, Craig, yeah.
Like she's sexually obsessed with Craig Ferguson.
Craig Ferguson is, he back in the day when they were on, there were dozens of episodes of that show you would watch and go, what is, like tonight they don't have it. But when they were on, as good as anything I've ever seen in late night. But you're right, Conan.
Is it streaming anywhere? That's a dumb question. Is it anywhere that I can?
I've watched like YouTube clips.
I know. I'm sure I can find stuff on
that's
YouTube.
Mostly what I do is just, there's like 20-minute mashups of like, here's all the best moments from Craig Ferguson. Or like, you can literally go watch like a top 10 times he flirted with someone on that show. And it's convincing. It's like, I bet they slept together like immediately after this segment. I don't know what happened, how he did that, but that was him.
MLB The Show has released their cover for this year's version of the game. It features 3 young stars, Paul Skeens of the Pirates and Livy Dunn fame, Gunnar Henderson of the Orioles and Timmy Hall fame.
That's right.
And Ellie De La Cruz.
As it should be.
So there you go.
He is a bright young star. Excellent. I like the choices.
We got a little bit of news. Can we not talk? No? I just didn't know when that... All right.
I don't know.
Why we?
It's Paul Skeens news. He's joining the fan staff, and Livy Dunn is going to come in and do gymnastics around here. Be great.
I'll do Livy Dunn.
We got it. It's a wonder that stand-up career didn't work out. Hey, girl, I adore her. She's hot. It's like, great.
That's not what I meant. I mean,
good job.
See, you like my snort there? Hey, man, if Gallagher can get a career, then anybody can do it. Let me tell you something. I was better than Gallagher.
I don't know. Did you have a giant trampoline couch where you pulled condoms out of it?
Smash papayas.
Oh, papaya.
Papaya. Solana papadilla.
I love a papaya.
Who doesn't love a papaya?
I don't know.
Hey, we're all going to die.
Oh, well, we know that.
Well, we're all going to die soon.
Oh, even better.
I'll tell you about it coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should be aware of an accident that's on the right shoulder of westbound 270's off-ramp to northbound 71 on the north outer belt that's causing some holdup. And we have a 5-minute delay on southbound 315 between 3rd Avenue and Town Street. This report is sponsored by Lowe's. My Lowe's Rewards Week is coming, and it's kind of a big deal. Members, get ready for up to 40% off store-wide on hundreds of items. Join for free today. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms, subject to change. I'm Nicole. For 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Bone, did you know that the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus has over 30 TVs, 2 massive video walls? They even have recliners, a full-service bar and restaurant, a betting counter, and over 30 kiosks?
I did know that, but I also know that you can reserve a table right now at Hollywood Casino Columbus at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook and guarantee your spot and get some game day swag while you do it. Just visit hollywoodcolumbus.com/casino/sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
In a divorce, it's important to have a partner you can count on. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell, a domestic litigation and family law firm. We champion your rights as an individual and your role as a parent, taking an aggressive approach in court while leveling the legal playing field in domestic matters. That's what a champion does. That's what Cordell & Cordell can do for you. Visit us at CordellCordell.com.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
When was the last time you had your plumbing inspected? Small issues such as tiny leaks or old water heaters can quickly turn into big problems if they're not caught early. Take action with Logan Services and schedule a free winter plumbing safety inspection to help keep your home running smoothly. Schedule your free inspection now and experience the fast, friendly service you've come to expect from Logan Services.
Hey, can we talk? It's a new year and I need to move on. We had a great run, but you're old now. So I'm trading you in at Great Lakes Kia.
And new Kias are under $5 a day.
That's less than lunch.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All 3 under $5 a day. At Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
Yes, new 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with 3rd row seating. All 3 under $5 a day.
That Kia Sorrento is hot.
And we've got 0% financing.
But what if I'm not good enough for credit?
If you've got a job, you ride.
under $5 a day.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. GreatLakesKia.com. Want to take it for a test drive?
Oh, he needs to meet my parents first. To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Let's get it started.
Lindsay Honda starts this year off by giving you cash for your clunker. Up to $2,500 or $3,500 minimum for any trade. It's Lindsay Honda's Cash for Clunkers. 2025 CRVs and Ridgelines, both $299 a month. That's $299 a month or clunker cash going on now.
The lot is full and the deals are on.
See lindsayhonda.com for program details.
The Buckeyes are national champions. And you listen to it all right here on The Fan. And next year when they do it again, it'll be here on The Fan. And the year after that, well, you know the drill. Always and forever, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Sarah, Happy New Year. You look amazing. How are things with you and Mark?
Lisa, I can't thank you enough for telling me about Columbus Men's Clinic. We've totally rediscovered each other. He's working out, and we're doing more as a family than laying around watching TV.
I told you, they're incredible. My husband and I had the same experience. It's like having that spark all over again, isn't it?
Exactly. It's more than the physical. It's the connection, the energy. It's the best gift we could have given ourselves.
This new year, make the resolution that changes it all. Columbus Men's Clinic brings you proven options for ED, low testosterone, and enhancement. Reignite your drive, rebuild your confidence, and show up in the moments that matter most.
Here's to more love and more joy in the year ahead.
Cheers to that.
Book your appointment today at columbusmensclinic.com or dial 614-300-7400. That's columbusmensclinic.com or dial 614-300-7400. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. You wanted the best. Instead, you got these two. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
You know what's happening tomorrow, don't you?
What's happening tomorrow? Oh,
Wild Card Wednesday. Join us for debauchery.
Mike, last night I was checking in on the Cavs game. They beat the Pistons. Nice game, nice win for them. I was watching on the FanDuel Sports Network, whatever it's called now. Are you aware of what they've been doing on the basketball broadcast for the Cavs this year? The internet has started to pick up on this. I thought I saw it a few times over the last couple games, but I didn't know if they were leaving it up all the time. I wasn't totally looking at it the entire time. They have been putting up over the score. Like, there's a screenshot of this. Second quarter, Cavs were up 30-28 over the Pistons, right? Over top of the Cavs on the score bug, they have a little block that pops up that says the diff. D-I-F-F.
The diff.
As in the difference. As in the amount of points separating the two teams in the score, 30-28. So it says the diff, Cavs +2. Like you see it's 30-28. The score is there.
We need someone to do the maths for us.
And so then what they do is they tell you what the differential is. I'm guessing this is motivated by sports gambling, given that they are now sponsored by a sports gambling, site on that network. But do we really need, if the score's 35-25, do I need you to have a +10 on there? Like, what are we doing? Have we reached that point now where people are not able to do math? Again, if it's such a big number that you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do that math in my head, then you don't need it. Because then the Cavs are winning or losing by a lot. And if it is a close number, then you can probably do the math in your head. And if you can't, God help us. That's bad.
Speaking of God help us, I was reading today in what is the biggest farce masquerading as science that the doomsday clock has been set to 89 seconds before midnight. See, if you're not familiar with the doomsday clock, it's a group of scientists get together, and they talk about what's going on in the world, wars, climate change, all that crap. And they determine, midnight being the end of the world, how close we are to midnight. Now, last year when they did this, we were 90 seconds to midnight. This year when they did this, we were 89 seconds to midnight.
But when will we be 30 seconds to Mars?
I don't know.
Jared Leto.
But
yeah, see, Cole likes that one. Cole got that one. That's good.
I can't stand crap like this. Because, first of all, there's never been a generation of human being that was not convinced the world was ending in their lifetime.
Right.
Right? I mean, we read whatever holy book you want.
Yes, it's all throughout. It's every religion. It's constant that there is something coming soon that will end it all.
And we're no different. We look at these other people and say, look at these idiots. They were looking at the stars and drawing pictures. Like, yeah, but they still thought the world was going to end just like we do.
Right.
Chances are it won't, even if we do horrible things to ourselves, as terrible as that is. But I can't stand this clickbait crap. Like, there's real science, okay? If you want to tell me that smoking cigarettes for 30 years gives you a something percentage chance
of getting cancer,
of developing this certain type of cancer, that's fine. You've studied medicine patients throughout the years. You've seen this in the science. This is the chance you're taking. It's not a guarantee, right? And you can get this without smoking, but it increases your chances by 40%. What I hate to see is every cigarette you smoke takes 45 minutes off of your life. How the hell do you know? You don't know anything.
Right. That is, I know that they're just trying to present the numbers in a different way, but that is really stupid because it's like, all right, well, this person smokes like 2 packs a day and they have for 30 years. By your math, they should have died like 22 years ago and they're only like 35.
We're
like,
89
what are we talking
seconds till midnight. We need to act now.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Well, the reality is there are plenty of things that's functionally. How does that help anybody?
It doesn't.
If you tell me we're 90 seconds compared to what? Like, we're not actually 89 seconds away from the world ending because otherwise it would be over by the time you hear this.
It's philosophical, Bone.
So, okay, yes, but if we're comparing things, like I recently saw someone who was showing you what, like the amount of money that a billionaire has compared to the average person. And they used grains of rice to represent, I forget how many dollars it was, right? But it was showing like a regular person on an average American income has this little bit of rice that fits in your hand. And then it was showing what like a billionaire would have. And they're like, this would fill up this entire living room full of rice. That's the difference. That actually makes sense because I can picture those two things. When you tell me, oh, we're 89 seconds away, we were at 90 seconds before. Well, what's my life in that? Is my life like a quintillion of a second on this scale?
Yeah, because we're not that close.
Then I don't care. Then I'm not going to be here for any of that. Neither anybody that I know going to be anywhere. But if you tell me like, oh, yeah, your life is like 2 minutes of the 89 minutes. Oh, okay, that's a little more immediate. That's bad. I'm just saying the whole thing
they don't know anything.
It's just click on this to read our little piece, I guess, and that's fine. I know you got to get some PR around it so people pay attention, but maybe tell me that, like, you know, we're down to 8 polar bears. If that's the case, that should worry people, shouldn't it? And even if it isn't 8, the number's way lower than it used to be, so let's figure this out.
You know what I hear we have to do?
What's that?
Bring back the woolly mammoth.
We can't keep the things alive we have now. Why do we need to bring something else back? We got
to go retcon and Jurassic Park the woolly mammoth.
No.
Because
I don't need the woolly mammoth.
I don't know why. Because we can.
Who cares?
No, because what I'm told all the time is that one of the main reasons why the Earth, if you believe in man-made climate change, is because of the animal products that we eat. Like that's the main thing is farming, meat, and methane emissions from cow farts.
Well, yeah, they say it's a big control. Well, it's that, and then all the stuff it takes, all the industry it takes to supply all that, and right.
But they're actually working on cows. They're genetically modifying cows to not fart.
God,
there's a scientist working on this right now.
Do you know how dumb my brain is? Because then what I just picture is like just a bunch of cow balloons that are inflating with their own gases that they end up, we have to harvest them in the air because it's just floating over the field.
So the thing that we need to do is make more big mammals.
Yeah, right.
That will be roaming the earth and farting up a storm.
No, it almost feels like maybe instead of writing little fluff pieces in the paper about like we're 89 seconds away or whatever from the earth ending, maybe you should give us like real. And I want to say there's a lot of scientists who are like screaming, we don't need that 89-second thing. We need to do these 3 or 4 things right now. Let's start doing those to make the world better and safer for people and whatever. I would think one of those things would be like get everyone electricity. Like you were talking about, make sure everyone has drinking water. Let's do some stuff like that.
Missed it earlier. I was fascinated to learn that there are 600 million people on Earth that do not have access to electricity.
Yeah, not high-speed internet. They also probably don't have that either. Like there's none of the like modern conveniences we're thinking of that all come from electricity. They have none of it.
I love the commercials. And look, they're trying to sell their product. I get it. For like HughesNet.
Oh, sure.
I've had it before.
I live out in the hillbilly country, and I don't get the internets, but I get my HughesNet, and now I can watch the naked people on my screen just like everybody else.
You can't. I promise you. It's so slow. You can't say it would take you 5 minutes to send an email without an attachment.
What I'm saying is there are some people that live so remotely that they don't have electricity.
Right.
Or water.
I'm just saying.
Or a doctor.
Instead of bringing back the woolly mammoth, how about we work on getting those people some water and plumbing and, I'm just saying, let's make it a little bit more.
The mammoth.
Right, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
You know what? It's not going anywhere. Let's get the planet back to where we need to. Let's keep everybody moving forward. And then once we get that all fixed, then we bring back the woolly mammoth for the zoos, huh? That could be fun.
Exciting times, right? The world ending.
I'd like to award the Nobel Peace Prize to Dr. Snuffleupagus, who has found a way to eliminate buttholes for cows.
Well, no more methane.
No more methane.
If we do bring back the woolly mammoth, I would like Ray Romano to voice it.
That's a good idea. Like for my stage. That's good. I like that.
Fat Boy Food Tip coming up. People have eaten woolly mammoth.
What?
Modern? I'll tell you.
Okay. All right.
Fat Boy Food Tip coming up next. Colin Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at a 15-minute delay on eastbound 33 between Refugee Road and Bixby Road. And we've got about a 5-minute slowdown on westbound 270 on that north outer belt between 161 and Cleveland Avenue. This report is sponsored by Wendy's 2 faves for just $7. Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of these favorite items for just $7. Choose from their spicy or classic chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs. 2 fave items for $7. Gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Terms apply. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey guys, Anthony Rothman here for Low T Center. Keep that promise of getting your testosterone levels checked. If you lack energy, muscle mass, or have low libido, it could be low testosterone. Testosterone therapy may be your answer. But all guys have different T levels, so don't settle for a standard dosage plan. Get a personalized treatment plan at Low T Center. And for current patients, Low T Center offers a $150 credit when you refer a new patient. Book your appointment at lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Get Eco.
Aaron, look what I invented.
Jerry, you're wearing a cape.
Get Eco.
What is it that you promise our customers, Aaron?
We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
Do you know who does that, Aaron?
We do?
Superheroes do that, Aaron. Superheroes!
I'm guessing you make capes for everyone?
That's right. Every plumber, electrician, and HVAC technician. But I'm not done, Aaron. I'm not done.
Get Eco.
Now I'm inventing jetpacks so we can fly to the rescue like proper superheroes. Now say your line again.
We come through for you when you need us to?
No, say it like this. We come through for you when you need us to.
Get Eco.
Jerry.
Yeah, Aaron?
How about we put those capes in the closet until you get the jetpacks perfected?
We'll look right when we take flight.
Get Eco.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and 7 weeks ago I decided to make a change, and now I'm down 37 pounds. Only 7 weeks to drop what probably took 5 years to put on. What's more wild is how easy it was, all thanks to Awaken 180. I'm chasing Willie around like it's nothing, throwing him up in the air, running after the dog, all kinds of good things. Something that used to leave me gas. And you know what? If you're overweight, I'm sure that you can relate. Late nights, early mornings, football playoffs, none of it feels like it's slowing me down anymore. And those cravings that always got in my way, gone. Poof. What I thought would be a struggle has become second nature. The other guys here at the Fan were right. Awaken 180 gives results, and more importantly, the fast results we need to keep on going. My coach, Natalie, is the health guru. She helps me adjust to fit my crazy schedule from what to eat to when to eat. No meds, no gimmicks. just a plan straight up that works and can work for anyone. If you want control, take control with Awaken 180. It is the choice to make. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Buddy Wells. In men's college basketball from last night, Ohio State used a big second half to propel themselves to an 82-65 win over Iowa. That's 2 wins in a row now for the Buckeyes. And taking a look at the latest bracket projections from ESPN this morning, Joe Lunardi has Ohio State among the last 4 teams into the big dance. So the Buckeyes, they need to keep stacking wins here to continue to boost their resume. In women's college basketball, Ohio State jumped back into the top 10 of this week's AP Top 25 poll. The OSU women are number 8 this week. Their tournament projections are, as you would imagine, pretty strong right now. ESPN currently has them projected as a 3 seed as of now. That would put the Buckeye women in a position to host in the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament. In the NBA, the Cavaliers snapped their 3-game skid last night with a 110-91 win over the Pistons. Next up, Cleveland is at the Miami Heat tomorrow night. And the Blue Jackets will be back on the ice on Thursday night this week. That's when they face the Golden Knights in Las Vegas. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Listen to this show or go to hell. This is Man and Bone.
Hey. Let me tell you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Men,
you do that.
It's the new year, and for many of us, it's a time of deciding to make positive changes in our lives. If you're suffering with erectile dysfunction and are tired of the frustration and embarrassment ED causes, you should call Tri-State Men's Health today, because there probably isn't a better resolution you can make than to be done with ED. It's the new year. Resolve to get your ED treated and change your life. Call them today, 800-900-9654, or visit tristatemenshealth.com. Promo code Tyvis Powell.
Is that right?
Well, he's an endorser now.
Okay, great.
So if you go and call and say, hey, Tyvis sent me, they're going to know exactly who you're talking about.
Awesome.
If you say Common Man sent me, they'll say, who's that?
No, they won't.
I don't know him.
I think they will say, that's awesome. And also, we have no promo codes. We're an office of like kind of medical stuff going on.
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip. This is dumb. I quit.
All right, before we get to people actually eating woolly mammoth meat, we knew this was coming, but now Wendy's has released the official date for it. The Girl Scout Thin Mint Frosty.
Oh, yeah.
Will be available beginning February 21st. So, you got to wait a little bit of time, but February 21st is the date.
You and I have both been saying for a long time, Wendy's with the Frosties needs to go beyond just the, here's a flavor of Frosty, like strawberry or salted caramel. You need to put in some mix-ins. You need to add some sauces on there. So now, doesn't this one have like a crunchy, like they're crushing up Girl Scout cookies and put them in there, right? The Thin Mints? Am I wrong?
Looks like it, maybe.
Doesn't it have chocolate syrup on it? Am I wrong?
It's definitely got syrupy stuff.
Okay. It's got some kind of flavored syrup on it, and it is going to be like a mint-flavored Frosty. So, hey, you know what? That's Shamrock Shake time. You might as well go to bat with that, right? That minty shake kind of goodness. Wendy's is saying we're throwing our hat in the game there. We're going to try to compete. I hope they do. I have a couple things for you. That one is just a tip that is you already know about this food item, but I feel like we don't talk about it enough. Taco Bell, the Cheesy Gordita Crunch. Do people understand that if you use the Taco Bell app, they sell that Cheesy Gordita Crunch for $4.99 now?
Yeah, no, it's a ridiculous $5
price.
item. Ridiculous.
Right. If you use the Taco Bell app when you order, almost every other time you order, they will hit you up with a reward that includes a free item. In the free items is the Cheesy Gordita Crunch for $5. Like, you get a free $5 item is what I'm saying. Even though I know they've made that item way more expensive than it should be, if you like that item and don't want to pay $5 for it, don't. Just order through their app, and 9 times out of 10, you'll get a free one the next time you do. So, little tip from me to you, because I'm telling you this because I get it now way too frequently. I get it all the time. Also, if you want this in time for the Super Bowl, you got to be quick tonight, 7 p.m. You need to get on, apparently, the website shop.cinnamon-toast-crunch.com. Now, what are you getting on there to buy? Something that doesn't sound that appetizing to me, but maybe it's appetizing to you. General Mills revealed they are bringing together 2 of their flavors that they are known for, according to this press release. One of them is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I love it.
Love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's great.
What's the problem?
Well, they're going to give you a new version of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, only available on the website. That is the cereal with the cinnamon dusting on it, and also a pizza-flavored dusting that is supposed to be reminiscent of the Totino's pizza rolls.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
They said we're mashing up 2 of our favorite snack flavors, Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Totino's pizza rolls. It comes in a commemorative box that apparently is supposed to be a little bit square-shaped, and when you flip it over, the back of it looks like a pizza box, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, if you want this, I'm sure it'll be vastly overpriced, but if you want to try some weird flavor that they've come up with, tonight, you can only buy it online. It goes on sale tonight at 7 p.m. It'll probably sell out by 7:02, and I don't think it'll be any good, but there you go. You can try that out, I guess.
But I have a question.
Yeah?
I go to McDonald's a lot.
Okay.
Did they get rid of the apple pies?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
No, I've had them.
No, well, I know, but I'm reading this article on BuzzFeed. It says, here are 22 fast food items the people of the internet told us they want back. And number 1 is McDonald's fried apple pies.
Maybe they mean the version that used to exist, because I do think they've changed it, right? I think over the years it's changed the formula, maybe. Not the formula, but like the...
It says the filling was the temperature of molten lava, and I imagine it was a liability risk, but the crust was really crispy. If you could wait for it to cool down to an edible temp, it was great. What are they doing to it now?
I think now the top of it has more holes in it than it used to.
All right.
I mean, maybe when's this article from?
It's new.
It came out today.
Let me see. January 23rd.
Yeah, because not only do they have that, they do the seasonal variant pies as well. Like right now, I think at least the ones I've seen, they have the strawberry cream pies, which are delicious. I like those.
By the way, number 2 on this list, which I co-sign, Wendy's salad bar.
Yeah, bring that back. What are we doing?
I belong to some 90s group on Facebook.
Okay.
And
meaning you are 90, or it's for you like the 90s?
You like the 90s.
Okay.
And it's essentially just the admins post pictures of life in the 90s.
Yeah, sure.
And the one the other day was a Wendy's from the 90s.
Oh.
And they had all the Biggie stuff out.
You had the atrium.
The atrium, like the little sunroof or whatever they called that, sunroom.
Yeah.
And the salad bar. I'm telling you, Wendy's, you're listening. I know you do. Okay? Because I hear from enough of you. If you just want to take our money, you build a retro Wendy's. Pizza Hut is doing this in certain locations where you walk in and it looks like Pizza Hut from 1982. If you walk into a Wendy's and it's 1990 and I got Biggie stuff and I got salad bar, you can take all of my money.
Absolutely right. Further, I would just say this is the type of thing that, yes, you could put it in like small towns and that would probably get people buzzing. People would travel to that. But you know what you could also do? Downtown Columbus was home to the original Wendy's, right?
That's right.
It's torn all down now and they put new buildings there, but you could put something back in downtown Columbus that's like a retro feel. Maybe you put a couple of them around downtown and one of them is like from the 80s, 90s. One of them is like when you first opened. But I feel like you're missing an opportunity there. give us a little bit more of a reason to go downtown and get some food. I love it.
I feel like there is, you just mentioned out of town. So sometimes when we would be going back to Northwest Indiana, we would take State Road 68.
Okay.
Not far from where you are
I know
in
what you're talking
Marysville.
about.
Shoot it up north to 30. And I think maybe Kenton. Am I Kettering? No, Kettering's by Dayton.
Kenton's right.
Kenton. Yeah,
Kenton,
Kenton is the town. I want to say right off of that road when you go through the old historic downtown, there's an old Wendy's like that. And it's got the glass front. Remember the red terracotta tile flooring that
You
would
went inside?
You would slip on and break your neck when just the smallest amount of grease gets on that tile floor. Oh, yeah, we went inside.
When
ate
was
there.
this?
This has been a couple years now,
So-
but we went to this location several times.
They could have
when we would
remodeled
take
it,
that
though,
trip
since then.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
I'm
There
looking
were-
it up.
There were always so many nice senior citizens eating inside there.
That's nice.
One of them gave Jack a $2 bill.
See, that gives
that
me the
nice?
feels. I like that.
Yeah.
There is a Wendy's in Kenton, and it does look like they have right on the front of it says quality is our recipe, and it has the brand new signage and everything.
Oh.
Now, maybe inside they haven't touched it.
No, that can't
But the
be.
You know
outside,
what I'm talking about, though? The rounded glass front.
Oh, of
absolutely
course.
know.
You gotta
Yes.
have that.
That's what I mean. That was like the primos, because usually it was a step down to get there.
Oh, into the little dining
Yeah,
area.
where
I don't know
you
if
could
this one
step
had to
down into
step
that.
down where it was carpeted.
I love
but
that. Yeah.
The sun was beaming in. Just beautiful. Yeah.
Anyway, woolly mammoths. They went extinct when the Ice Age ended. What was that, like 65,000 years ago?
Yes.
Do you know that? Or
I'm going to agree with you and say
Okay.
that's exactly when it was.
All right, anyway. So what happens is sometimes the scientists, the permafrost melts and a little fur pokes through and they find an almost perfectly preserved woolly mammoth.
Sure.
Even though this thing died 65,000 years ago, the ice has preserved it in a way where there's still flesh, there's still fur, and they do their research. Well, when they're done with their research, they say, hey, what the hell? Let's eat. Let's see what 65,000-year-old mammoth meat tastes like.
Who's they?
The scientists.
Okay, so the paleontologists or whoever dig these things up, they do their studies and then they cook up the woolly
They say,
meat.
well, the little slice for everybody, right?
Okay.
The review was little gamey. Little gamey.
You don't
It's
say.
not as fresh as you
I gotta say,
think.
it's 65,000-year-old meat.
A little gamey.
Can I also tell you, we cleaned out our freezer the other week, and my wife looked at something that had been in there for 6 months, and she was like, "We can't possibly eat that."
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. They're eating
It's
65,000
frozen.
woolly
That's right.
mammoth out there.
You're not
it's just
throwing
in the
away
ground.
6-month-old frozen meat, are you?
Babu, I rarely do this, but the shrimp, little stringy. The mammoth, not as fresh.
Just to fact check you there, I'm getting a read that until around 4,000 years ago, the woolly mammoth was
4,000 years?
roaming the countryside.
I call BS on that.
I'm just saying, the woolly mammoth, that's Mammothus primigenius, was a large hairy herbivore that lived during the Pleistocene and Ice Age until around 4,000 years ago.
Wow.
All right.
That's AI talking.
So would that be? I mean,
What kind of AI? That Chinese AI?
yeah.
Get out of here. I don't buy
They're the
it.
best.
they're kicking our ass right now with the AI.
Now, market's
They're
up
taking
today.
us.
Market's up today.
Yeah, because everyone's moving over to that. By the way, I only believed in the one true AI, and that is Allen Iverson.
That's right.
That's the only one. He'll never let you down.
The answer.
Yeah.
It's rare when you see an NFL owner take accountability, but we saw it yesterday. Details next. And more conversations about mammoth ass meat. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at a couple minutes slowdown on northbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between Morse Road and 161. And we also have slower traffic on westbound 670 between 71 and Neal Avenue. This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Eat Lux your way with the new $5 Classic, $7 Supreme, and $9 Discovery Lux Craving Boxes from Taco Bell at participating stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks exclude freezes, tax extra. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
They're trained. They're fired up. Let's do it. When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks.
Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, it's Anthony. I got to tell you, when you don't have the support you need, it affects everything. Feet, knees, hips, back, even your mood. I finally went to the Good Feet store, and once I was personally fitted for my arch supports, I felt a ton better. I will never wear another pair of shoes again without sliding in my personally fit Good Feet arch supports. That's because they help me eliminate my foot pain. It's such a good feeling knowing that I can be on my feet and not worrying about I'm going to wake up with low back pain or feel a weakness somewhere. I trust the Good Feet store because for more than 30 years, they've helped thousands of people just like me get back to feeling comfort on a daily basis. They take pleasure in that. And it's their personal 3-step system designed to support, balance, and strengthen your feet that guides them into their ideal position. I'm the proof. I wear them every day, even when I'm biking at the gym. So go in, take the free test walk at the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway and on Stringtown Road in Grove City or goodfeet.com.
Guys, it's D. Miller. It's a new year and time to keep that promise of getting your testosterone levels checked. If you're lacking energy, muscle mass, or have low libido, it could be low testosterone. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, may be the answer. Don't settle for a standard dosage TRT plan. Look for a personalized treatment plan, like you'll get at Low T Center. And for current patients, Low T Center offers a $150 credit when you refer a new patient. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and 7 weeks ago, I decided to make a change, and now I'm down 37 pounds. Only 7 weeks to drop what probably took 5 years to put on. What's more wild is how easy it was, all thanks to Awaken 180. I'm chasing Willie around like it's nothing, throwing him up in the air, running after the dog, all kinds of good things. Something that used to leave me gassed. And you know what? If you're overweight, I'm sure that you can relate. Late nights, early mornings, football playoffs, none of it feels like it's slowing me down anymore. And those cravings that always got in my way, gone. Poof. What I thought would be a struggle has become second nature. The other guys here at The Fan were right. Awaken 180 gives results. And more importantly, the fast results we need to keep on going. My coach, Natalie, is the health guru. She helps me adjust to fit my crazy schedule from what to eat to when to eat. No meds, no gimmicks. Just a plan straight up that works and can work for anyone. If you want control, take control with Awaken 180. It is the choice to make. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
We have a lot of football happening. I'm here to help. Set your radio preset to the Fan. Very good. Now set the second one to ESPN Columbus. It's the HD2 button. Lastly, go to the Fan's HD3 and save the Fan 3. Crisis averted. You're welcome.
This is Pause Before You Play, and it's time for more game day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting, just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move. A pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
I don't know what I want to do. I'm just not sure that college is right for me.
Have you considered a career in dental assisting? I love my job as a dental assistant. I have flexible work hours, the money is good, and I get to work in a professional, people-oriented dental office. What I really love about my job is knowing that I give people a healthy smile.
For more information about becoming a dental assistant, contact your high school guidance counselor. Or if you are no longer in school, talk to a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association. Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions, so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Sunny, windy, and mild on this Tuesday. Temperatures in the low 40s. Overnight, still mild and windy, down to around the freezing mark. And then during the day on Wednesday, a very similar day again. Plenty of sunshine, a bit breezy, but temperatures above 40 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Not doctors, not lawyers, and definitely not sports hosts. You're listening to Man and Bone.
All right, we were talking about Shocker fast food, last segment.
Well, and mammoth meat, I think at one point we were talking about that too.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in that. We'll come back to mammoth meat.
Sure.
I want to go back to the McDonald's apple pie, though.
Oh, yeah.
I was unaware that McDonald's is not frying the apple pies anymore. They're baked, which makes a big difference. We had several listeners point that out to us. Now, I also have several listeners pointing out that Popeyes still fries their apple pies.
Oh, they do. I have had their apple pies, and let me tell you, all the molten that you remember from the McDonald's apple pie, you're right. That is, you have to let those Popeyes apple pies sit for like half a day before you can take a bite. They are good, but man, if you get one when it's still hot, watch out.
You got to get separate grease for that, though. You can't fry that in the same grease you're frying the chicken in, right?
Add some flavor. Why not? Let's go. I'm sure it's fine. Now, I will say I've had those apple pies. They do, Popeyes is also doing the biscuits with the flavor in them now. I think they have like a strawberry biscuit that you can get.
Yes,
as
they
a
do.
Dessert item. Like, I mean, they're ripping off Bojangles on that, which is fine. The Bowberry biscuit is still
You can rip off anything you want.
No,
if it's
fine.
good, then do it.
It's delicious. But yeah, I forgot. I think they do more than just apple, right? At Popeyes, don't they do like a peach pie? I feel like at least they have a peach pie, maybe some other flavor too.
A lot of people on this list, they want the McDonald's pizza back. I know you've talked about that.
McPizza was a thing. Cole, I think that was BC. Did you ever hear of?
No, that was early 90s.
There
Are you
was
kidding?
you never heard of a McPizza?
That was for sure BC.
Yeah,
That was Woolly Mammoth, McPizza, all BC.
all before you. See, you could walk into a McDonald's for a small amount of time and say, I'd like a McPizza, and you would get a little personal sized pizza, either pepperoni or cheese, sliced into four little corners there, and it was great. I enjoyed that pizza very much for a long time, up until probably like the last, I don't know, maybe 5-10 years they got rid of it. There was one McDonald's down south, I forget what part of Ohio, that supposedly had just broken and said, we still do the McPizza. We don't care. The local franchisee still had the connections to get all the ingredients, and they made them there in-house. I don't know how long ago they ended that. I heard it was like in the last 5 to 10 years, though.
People are talking about the KFC Double Down, which when it first came out, we championed it.
Well, the idea
of it, because it was 2 fried chicken breasts that acted as the buns, and bacon and cheese and a special zesty sauce that they put in there.
Right.
But they didn't take it far enough, because the problem with the Double Down is that you get 2 tiny little flaccid pieces of bacon in the middle of this thing.
Right.
I want it packed full of bacon. Look, if we're doing this, if we're really going all the way to the Hamptons with a fried chicken sandwich where the chicken is the bun, then you got to give me at least Baconator level bacon on that thing.
I agree with you. I also think that should have come in a container so you could just have a little place there if you wanted to just use a knife and fork, because it's kind of hard to hold like that just big wad of grease. The knife and fork's the way to go on the Double Down, but yeah, I was very much a fan of that. It was a good idea. I'd like more places to attempt that.
What did I tease? Oh, it's rare that we see an NFL owner taking accountability, but, and again, it rings hollow, I know, but he's saying all the right things. Jets owner Woody Johnson. He is 77. They just hired Aaron Glenn to be their new head coach, and so he was at the press availability yesterday. He was asked by the media if he takes any blame for the disappointing season. He said, absolutely. I have to look into the mirror. I have to be a better owner. He said, what the hell did I see?
What did he say? Who are we talking about again?
Woody Johnson is who we're talking about.
To you at all.
Oh, he was then asked.
Sorry, I'm on a hunt for something else fast food related. But go ahead.
He was then asked about the reports that say his teenage sons were helping to run the team. He said, you don't believe those reports, do you? It was a lot of exaggeration and hyperbole. It really was. You really have to take all that stuff with a grain of salt because you don't know how much. Nobody knows how much I was involved. Yes, I want Aaron Glenn to coach the team. I want the general manager to manage the assets and the players, and I'll take the owner's position. He said, I've got to have patience. I've got to let them evolve in these positions, which I think they will. I think it'll be quick, but I think they'll evolve. So, look, he said all the right things. The reality is You know, he's owned the team for 25 years, and during that 25 years of ownership, they've done relatively nothing.
Yes, that's right. Well, I mean, they made a couple AFC championship games, right? With Rex?
Yes.
Rex Ryan? I feel like got them to the AFC championship.
That was Chad Pennington, right?
No.
Mark
At least
Sanchez.
one was the Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez, that's right.
Yeah.
His first and second year in the league.
That's right. That was butt fumble era. That was, yeah. But, okay.
Look at Cole. He doesn't know Creed, but he knows.
Well, he said sports and
he
music.
knows Mark Sanchez.
Yeah. Not movies. Doesn't know a lot of movies.
You know what? I don't know why I even brought that up.
Who cares? Good news. Our guy, Emma Watson's bottom half, has brought up the fact that his apparently his son goes to college or goes to school in Connecticut.
Okay.
In a town called Wallingford. All right?
Oh, Wallingford.
Okay. Sure.
It sounds Queenish, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can see that.
I had an evening with Lord Wallingford last night. He brought me to my knees.
Yes, it does sound like they would have like an inn called the Old Boar or something like that, but it's spelled B-O-A-R, not B-O-R-E. Either way.
Oh, an evening with the Lord is never a bore. He uses his tusks.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what I was going for. So Emma Watson's bottom half is telling us that though there is a Wendy's in Wallingford, Connecticut. He has a picture included. He said it is stuck in the 80s time warp, and the picture includes the slanted glass in the front with the little atrium where you can sit and have that little beautiful moment. Now, I don't know what the inside looks like. I'm sure they've modernized some of the inside, but it has the old Wendy's signage, the like copper kind of look around the top of it. I already Googled this. It's 10 hours from here.
Come on.
Let's go.
Come on.
We can get there by tomorrow morning. We can eat breakfast there.
I want
spend the day.
If I'm going to drive 10 hours, I want some confirmation that the inside is also retro.
All right, well, we can do that. But along the way, I was just looking at the route. It would also take us through New Haven, Connecticut, which means we could try the New Haven pizza. Right. We could have. I've never had the New Haven style, so I'd love to try that. It's actually not far at all from. It's like 20 minutes from New Haven, so you got both of those right there. It would also take you. You could go to it's not far from Stamford, Connecticut, and around New York City, so you got all that stuff. But Stamford, Connecticut, home to WWE, also home to Bobby Valentine's restaurant, home of the wrap sandwich.
He doesn't still own that though, does he?
It's still I mean, I don't know. The last time I was there was at least 10 years ago, but I'm pretty sure it's still around.
Speaking of something that we could actually go to that's right down the street from you.
What's that?
A little birdie told me that the Pizza Hut in Marysville has a buffet. Can you confirm or deny?
I don't know, because probably the last time we tried to go in there was over a year ago, but we went in after COVID. I know my family went in there, we sat down, we ate a meal. We ordered some of their pasta and had the pizza, the breadsticks. They didn't have a buffet back then. Then like a year ago, I tried to go in there to take the kids, and they just had all the chairs up and no dining room. So they had the dining room's there, but the chairs were all up. I don't know if they just didn't have enough staff or whatever it was.
What time was it?
Like an afternoon on a Saturday, like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Like a time where you would think I could sit down and eat. So I don't know if they've redone the inside. I haven't been in there in a while. Maybe that's the case. But yeah, if that's true, we should take a road. Well, I'll meet you there.
Take a road trip. It's down the street from your house.
You take a road trip. I'll meet you there, and we'll go enjoy that buffet.
Look, I feel like a pizza buffet is lacking in my life. There was a short amount of time when we had the location down by Front Street, the radio station down there.
Yeah.
They put a restaurant down there on South Front that was like a nightclub at night, and it was a pizza buffet.
Oh, what was that place called?
I forget the name of it.
I know what you're talking about.
And it was good pizza, too.
Mm-hmm.
It was delicious. And it wasn't cheap. I want to say it was like $12. It's not CC's level is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This was also pre-inflation. So $12 then?
Right.
It was like, oh, my God, what do we...
That's a
now
lot.
$12, that seems like a bargain.
Yeah.
But we would go... It was only open for about 6 months. And during that 6-month time span, I swear to God, I put on 25 pounds.
You probably went there every week. I'm guessing.
Week? It was like every other day.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That much? Well, I don't know if the Massey's locations still do it, but I know they... up until a few years ago, I know I've been into a Massey's Pizza in the last few years, and they had a pizza buffet. You go at lunch, and that is one of the best values you can get. There was a Massey's place that opened up, I want to say over near like the Graceland Shopping Center. I don't know if this place is still there, but it was Massey's, like a sports bar, where it was a bigger spot with lots of TVs, and they did pizza, and I remember they had a buffet in that place.
I think we did an appearance there, didn't we?
I know we've been there. I don't know if we went for, you and I just went, or if we went for an appearance, but I definitely remember going in there. I don't know if that place exists, but Massey's, if your pizza buffets exist, please let us know. I would go to that. I need to go back to that as well.
And if the Marysville Pizza Hut has the buffet.
If there's other pizza buffets we're not aware of.
I just want to, give me a pizza buffet.
Let's go.
Does the Iacanos and Shawnee still do pizza buffet? I'm asking you like you know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Now I'm getting people giving us Wendy's reports too. So I'll get back to you on that.
This is what we do here.
Listen, it's a network.
I know.
The hive mind of fast food. We need to know where everything is.
You can make a stop in Orlando where the McPizza still exists.
It does?
Only one location as of 2024, so old news.
I forgot that 2024 is old news now. That's
in Orlando?
Oh, dude, I will.
Where do they source it?
Book a flight. It says trying McDonald's.
Are you here for Disney?
It says trying McPizza in Orlando at the world's largest McDonald's. Apparently, they have the world's largest McDonald's in Orlando. I didn't know this.
I don't know what the hell we're doing here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm ready.
You know what? I wasn't ready to drive 10 hours.
It says they also have McSpaghetti, which I got to tell you, I never even knew that was a thing.
Maybe it wasn't.
All right, let's go. Let's find out.
Game show in 2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 5-minute slowdown on eastbound 70 on the east side from James Road to 270. And you're looking at another 5-minute delay if you need to travel on northbound 71 on the north side between East Broad Street and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey, it's Anthony. I got to tell you, when you don't have the support you need, it affects everything. Feet, knees, hips, back, even your mood. I finally went to the Good Feet store, and once I was personally fitted for my arch supports, I felt a ton better. I will never wear another pair of shoes again without sliding in my personally fit Good Feet arch supports. That's because they help me eliminate my foot pain. It's such a good feeling knowing that I can be on my feet and not worrying about I'm going to wake up with low back pain or feel a weakness somewhere. I trust the Good Feet store because for more than 30 years, they've helped thousands of people just like me get back to feeling comfort on a daily basis. They take pleasure in that. And it's their personal 3-step system designed to support, balance, and strengthen your feet that guides them into their ideal position. I'm the proof. I wear them every day, even when I'm biking at the gym. So go in, take the free test walk at the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway and on Stringtown Road in Grove City or goodfeet.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Back when I was banging, this show slapped. Whatever the hell that means. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
All right, I'm getting conflicting reports.
Okay.
Apparently, the Pizza Hut in Marysville does have a buffet.
It does?
I guess new owners have taken over.
Okay.
And it has a buffet. There is a debate about whether it's daily or not.
Ah, I see.
So you may want to call that location and inquire about the buffet, but it seems like they do have it.
Okay. I'm getting a bunch of reports, too, about pizza buffets and Wendy's atriums. Okay. So we have Trent, who says the Wendy's in Elyria still has the atrium and included a picture confirming it. Now, again, these atriums don't look, I don't think they're like, I'm sure they've been updated. The restaurants have been updated. They just haven't knocked off the atrium, right? But I don't know what it'll look like it did in the 90s with the carpet and all that. Then also we got Jeremiah, who says, I know you love the old school Wendy's building with the sunroom seating area, wanted you to know that the Wendy's on State Route 42, just off of Route 70, still has the sunroom. That would be out west. Like, I'm guessing that's like the London exit, somewhere around there. If it's 42 going into 70. So there's another one that we can check off the list. And then Andy says the Massey's Pizza in Pawleys Island, South Carolina. I didn't even know there was a Massey's in South Carolina, let alone.
Did I?
He said that one still has the lunch buffet. He went there last year. Okay.
What do you mean okay, Massey's, you said.
Massey's, yeah. All right. Fish has popped in.
And I rarely do this, but I did just call the Marysville Pizza Hut location.
Okay.
The buffet is 11. It's a lunch buffet, 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. daily.
Okay.
Pizza, breadsticks, cinnamon sticks, pasta.
Is it on the weekends?
He said daily.
Daily.
All right. I'm going this weekend. So I'm going to find out. I'm going to FAFO.
Thank you, Fish.
I'm going to see. Thank you. That's good
No
info.
problem.
How long have you been on the job, Fish? Like 2 years?
A year and a half. It just seems longer.
Year and a half. You're doing a fantastic job, by the way.
Yes.
I'd like to point out that he's never broken in with news before, ever. But the thing to make you do it is the Pizza Hut buffet.
This is exactly what we need from a program director.
We've had people die mid-show.
Yeah.
And he tells us during the commercial break.
It's like, well, I don't want to
interrupt the Pizza Hut buffet,
you know what?
I got to break in.
What I like, too, is this is real. We have a staff meet or like a meeting with Fish every week to kind of just go over stuff with the show, with
Tomorrow
the station.
We've got our meeting.
Yeah, it's our meeting. And at the end of every meeting, Fish, what do you ask us?
What kind of pizza do you want in the buffet?
No. What you ask us is there anything I can do that you need to do your jobs better? And our answer always is there anything I can get you that you need to do your jobs better? And we always answer talent. But beyond that, this is what it is, Fish. You coming down here to tell us this, that helps us do our jobs better. Thank you.
Enjoy the buffet.
More of this. Thank you. Game show time.
Oh, I just got another breaking news on the Wendy's front.
All right,
okay.
After the game show.
After the game show. I'll tell you. Okay, fine. Game show, Weather Channel trivia. Here we go. How old is the Weather Channel, Mike? Over, under 40 years old, the Weather Channel.
Over.
Yes. First broadcast was in May of 1982. May of 1982 is when the first... Now, it was founded in 1980, but they didn't broadcast till 82. But either way...
Was 82 PB? Pre-Bone?
May of 82, pre-Bone. August of 82... Bone has arrived.
Little Bone.
Little Bone arrives.
Little tiny fetus bone.
Yes. So that was not PCM, pre-Common Man.
No. Common Man was banging.
Yeah, or BCM? I don't know. I don't know why I said pre-CM. Anyway, who cares? Next up, which of these was not a Weather Channel meteorologist? Christina Abernathy, Dallas Raines, Mark Mancuso. Two of those are. One of them is not. Christina Abernathy, Dallas Raines, Mark Mancuso, who was not a Weather Channel personality.
I'm going to go with Dallas Raines.
That's correct. Dallas Raines is the chief meteorologist at KABC in Los Angeles.
All right, let her or him live.
Him. He actually is known for his Dallas slide, where he swoops in to do the weather. Don't ask me why I know this, but I do.
All right.
Christina Abernathy and Mark Mancuso, I believe, were two original Weather Channel meteorologists who were there for 20 years. So they had a very long run. Next up, was there ever a version of the Weather Channel in other countries?
Yes.
Yes, there was. Do you know which other countries?
Zimbabwe.
No. There was a UK version of the Weather Channel that operated from September 1st of 1996.
There's a high-pressure system in my pantaloons.
January 30th of 1998 is when it went off the air due to low viewership. So it wasn't popular in England. I guess nobody cares about the weather because it's like, yeah, we know. It's cold and rainy. We got it. It's not like in America where it's like over here there's tornadoes, over there there's flooding, here we've got a blizzard, all in the same day. No, over there didn't need it as much. Also, they did do a channel that serviced Mexico and some of the Central American countries that also lasted for a few years.
All right.
Next up, does the Weather Channel still do the local on the 8s? Yes or no?
Yes, but it's sporadic.
That's right. You're right. They do.
It's not every 8, which aggravates me.
Well, it's at 18 after every hour. 18 after every single hour they do local on the 8s. Then during live programming, they also do it at 48 after. So it is on a couple of the 8s.
No, I know, but it used to be every 10 minutes.
Yeah,
on the
it's
8s.
not on the 8s like that anymore. No, they've stopped that a long time
They used to have the blue screen and the David Benoit smooth jazz music that would play underneath it.
Glad it was David Benoit, not his brother.
Oh,
That would've been
Chris
would have
No,
been a
he was too
different.
busy murdering his family.
That's not good. How many people get the Weather Channel? And I'm going to say, as of the last known time that we looked at this, is it over or under 75 million people?
Over.
Yes. The Weather Channel, as of September 2018, I don't know what it is now, but it was received by approximately 79.1 million households that subscribe to pay television service throughout the United States.
They've got other weather channels, like the Weather Nation, where it looks like all the meteorologists have herpes. But if you want the real deal, you got to do the OG Weather Channel.
That's right. I'm excited to watch Weather Nation now just to find out what that looks like. But here we go. One last question for you. Jim Cantori, one of the most famous meteorologists in television history.
He dates like a 25-year-old, too. Let him live.
What city did he get his start in? I'm giving you no multiple choice.
I know he's from Vermont.
Okay.
Is that one of my choices?
There's no multiple choice. You just guess.
Oh, Burlington, Vermont.
Okay, no. And it's kind of not a fair question to you because here is Jim Cantori's bio. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Graduated from Lyndon State College in 1986. He went to the Weather Channel and said, I have a bachelor's degree in meteorology. And they said, you're hired.
He's never worked another job.
He worked at the Weather Channel from day one.
You know what? God bless.
That is an OG.
God bless.
I said it came online in 82.
He's like Brandon Beam.
He's been there since 86. So he's been there for basically all but 4 years of its existence. It's amazing.
He's round and smooth, just like Beamer.
Sure. He's got a lot going on. He narrates that Storm Stories series that they do.
Oh, Cantori's a legend, baby.
Now they've got the Weather Channel has they have to do their own shows. They can't just do the weather, which would be fine. They have to do their own shows. So he does that. Arctic tow truck driver. Did you know he was also the Stockton Thunder, the ECHL? The Stockton Thunder, he did an intro video for them for one of their seasons where he said, this is meteorologist Jim Cantori from the Weather Channel. A special weather advisory has been issued for the Central Valley. A 100% chance of thunder. And then they come out on the ice.
We actually have a clip from Jim Cantori here.
Sure.
As he was in the field and it was snowing and then it started to thunder. He was very excited about it.
Oh, yes! 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 We got it, baby! We got it! We got it! Woo! Woo! We got it! Yes! Listen to that! Listen to that! Oh, baby!
He was actually just able to pick up Common Man and T-Bone on his phone, the podcast.
Very excited.
Signal was coming in and out.
All right. I promise this update. Jamie has tweeted the show and says that the Gahanna, again, I can't confirm any of this. I hope it's right. The Gahanna Massey's Pizza has both a weekday lunch buffet and an atrium.
Oh, yes! 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 We got it, baby! We got it! Woo!
To be clear, atriums are great. I'm not against them, but it's specifically we care about the Wendy's locations that have the atriums.
It was all like old Cooper Stadium when you were in the sky boxes up there, the luxury boxes.
Yeah.
The glass was like tinted yellow.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
It looked like you were watching the game through a pair of blue blockers.
And that's what the tinting is on all those Wendy's, or it used to be.
Well, it's filth. It's filth that's accumulated over the years.
I think it was like the blue blocker kind of, let's keep all the sunlight from killing everybody in here.
No, that's filth.
Okay, got it.
All right, back page coming up. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
There's a 5-minute delay due to an accident that's on the right shoulder of southbound 270 on the east outer belt between 70 and 33. And we've got a couple-minute delay on southbound 270 on the west outer belt from Cemetery Road to Roberts Road. This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Eat Lux your way with the new $5 Classic, $7 Supreme, and $9 Discovery Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. At participating stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks exclude freezes. Tax extra. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling.
Getting cold feet? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Austin Ward here, and if you thought my Awaken 180 results were an anomaly, no. Beam has dropped 37 pounds in his first 7 weeks. The guy has tied my week 7 numbers. The point is, the results are consistent, the results are real, and they're for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. For over 3 decades, Cordell & Cordell has been on the front lines of family law. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
How'd you like to wipe out all that credit card debt to start the new year off right? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Stop getting fleeced by the credit card companies. If you own your home, go to AFLcash.com now. Advantage First Lending can help you unlock that equity and get you tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's AFLcash.com. You can pay off all your credit cards and other high-interest debt super fast. Consolidate all your bills into one low monthly payment. AFLcash.com can help you tap into your home's equity to give you some serious cash so you can go into 2025 with less stress and more confidence. Get the cash you need from Advantage First Lending now. Most homeowners don't even need an appraisal. How great is that? Get on solid financial footing. Go to AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. 844-394-CASH.
Equal Housing Lender. NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Hey, Columbus, Brandon Beam here. I'm going to be at the new AT&T store at 1605 Georgesville Square Drive this Saturday from noon to 2 p.m. Bring your friends, bring your family, and let's have some fun. Again, at 1605 Georgesville Square Drive. See you out there.
Morning Juice.
Being fresh, if you're not prepared to play, doesn't matter. You don't want to be fresh and soft. You want to be fresh and firm, Beam. You can't, quote, practice soft and play hard.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Weekday mornings at 6. The Fan.
Sarah, Happy New Year. You look amazing. How are things with you and Mark?
Lisa, I can't thank you enough for telling me about Columbus Men's Clinic. We've totally rediscovered each other. He's working out, and we're doing more as a family than laying around watching TV.
I told you, they're incredible. My husband and I had the same experience. It's like having that spark all over again, isn't it?
Exactly. It's more than the physical. It's the connection, the energy. It's the best gift we could have given ourselves.
This new year, make the resolution that changes it all. Columbus Men's Clinic brings you proven options for ED, low testosterone, and enhancement. Reignite your drive, rebuild your confidence, and show up in the moments that matter most.
Here's to more love and more joy in the year ahead.
Cheers to that.
Book your appointment today at columbusmensclinic.com or dial 614-300-7400. That's columbusmensclinic.com or dial 614-300-7400. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Weston Air Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Buckeye Roundtable. Yes, the off-season edition of Buckeye Roundtable. Maybe you're saying, hey, that's Skip Mosick, Paul Keels, and Jim Lachey. No, it's not. It's the B team. And that's Timmy Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys.
Gonna get pregnant.
B team is here, baby.
No, you're the A team.
Off season, winter season, I say.
Timmy Hall hosting Buckeye Roundtable. This is a network show.
Absolutely.
Right? Which means statewide.
Full
you can hear
2
it.
hours. You get to hear network me.
Mm-hmm.
Try to find the subtle differences in my behavior and decorum.
There are
on this
differences.
Show. Absolutely, there are.
You're much more, how do I say this? Boring.
Ratings, yes.
Como te llama? Boring.
There we go.
It's like your normal show,
except worse. much stop. Worse. No, seriously. What's coming up on Buckeye Roundtable tonight?
God,
oh,
with friends like this, right, Timmy?
I love it. It's the only way I want it. So tonight we do weekly interviews for the men's hockey fans. Coach Rollick is on. Kevin McGuff, women's basketball coach. Your guy, Bone. Weekly hits with him. And starting off with your guy, Tyvis Powell, and mine. That's when you do the thing.
Oh, I see.
So we're talking Buckeye football with him. And a fun segment. I got to get into the lab for a couple hours to produce this. We're going to be doing sort of a step-by-step national championship season flashback.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, you will like that.
I like that.
I hope that means Patrick Duffy and Suzanne Summers are involved. That would be great.
Step, day by day. See, I can't do that. I can't do that on the network show.
Oh, yeah, you can't.
That's no good.
Can't do that.
Singing a theme song, they don't want that.
Got to stick to
They want
to be serious.
They want you. They don't want any Patrick Duffy, Suzanne Summers bull crap. All right.
They don't want you talking about how
we're laughing at it, but you will get a call. You'll get a voicemail.
Lima will be on the phone with me. Said, we don't play that up here, homie.
Bill McGuffey from Mount Vernon. What the hell are you doing?
Also, if you're going to bring up step by step and not mention that Dana was probably like actually kind of low key the hottest one on that show.
Dana.
Oh, actually, who turned out to be the hottest one was the youngest one.
Well, no, I know you've said that, but I'm saying
creepy.
Not she got older.
She grew up.
She grew into a good, strong woman. So you can't say that either. Can't
on the network show.
You can't get into stuff like that. It's weird, man.
Okay,
they'll take it the wrong way. In all the small towns.
No, but here in the big city, everyone knows what you mean. I got it. Life in the big city, they just are like, oh, we got it. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, he's down there in Columbus.
I remember that Christine Lakin or whatever her name is.
That's you.
She turned out to be a hot piece of ass.
He's down with the big city lights in Columbus. No, didn't Cody, while we're talking about step by step,
the Code Man,
didn't the Code Man turn out to be awful?
Well, he definitely
he had a criminal record.
He went to jail for something. Yeah,
yes,
I think you're right.
But they brought him back for the final season, so I guess whatever he did.
His name was Sasha.
Not Sasha
Baron Cohen.
Sasha Baron Cohen. That's right.
His name was Sasha.
It was Sasha something or other, and he was like a real martial artist.
Can't say Sasha on the network either.
No,
I
can't say Sasha. No.
Oh
Sasha.
God, it's gonna be good. Full 2 hours, a lot of Buckeye content, and that national championship flashback.
What time is that?
That segment. That's going to be around 6:20.
All right, I'm listening.
And that's going to be the non-conference because I have 12 episodes and 16 games to highlight. So that'll be going through the first 3 of the season tonight.
Buckeye Roundtable, top of the hour, right here on the Fan. Back page.
The Back Page. The Back Page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Bone.
Hi, this is Keith in Bucyrus. I didn't like it when Tim Hall took a breath and then put an Ohio State Burger King crown on his head. That was unprofessional.
So we like the crowns, though.
You can wear the crown?
We do the crowns.
Well, they're the official sponsor. Burger
King. I know that Burger King is.
Presented by Burger King.
I know, but I didn't know you could wear the crown. It's so serious.
I sure wish I had some chicken fries for this show.
Or maybe some
or a couple of Whoppers.
Oh, there you go.
Junior Whoppers, regular Whoppers.
That's right. Apparently,
Junior Whopper.
I don't remember this, but I'm reading in this article, it says that Blake Lively was canceled. Do we know what happened there?
No, she was, but she's back now.
Okay.
She's vindicated now.
Well, because Ryan Reynolds was at one of the Broadway performances that Hugh Jackson does. Hugh Jackman from, of course, their Wolverine, Deadpool. Yes, but they
I want you to picture Hugh Jackson on Broadway. It's called Owen 16, the musical.
They could do that.
He'd get on stage and be like,
we'll produce it.
I know this isn't going going well, but it's not my fault. It's everyone else's fault.
Yep.
Anyway, it's called From New York with Love. Apparently, that's what Hugh Jackman is doing. And he was at Radio City Music Hall, and he invited his good friend Ryan Reynolds on stage. Apparently, they had an interaction. It was funny. Afterwards, here's what I love. The tabloids. They got a photo of him walking out, and they said, Ryan Reynolds sparks concern after appearing at Hugh Jackman's show looking like he hasn't slept for days. And I got to tell you, Timmy, look at this photo. If that's what you look like at your worst, then there's
no hope for all of us.
He is a handsome man. He's
he
doing
looks
fine.
Thin and tan and wonderful.
Yeah. Anyway, he sparked concerns because it looks like he hasn't slept for days. Another way of saying that is he's Ryan Reynolds, and he and Blake Lively are probably like enjoying their time together out on the town.
Yep.
What is wrong with that?
Just the tabloids coming up with reasons to smear a good, fine couple.
That's right. And finally,
what does the world come to?
Sundance Film Festival, one of the hottest tickets is a movie called If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. It's a psychological thriller starring Rose Byrne and Conan.
I like her. She's nice.
And Conan O'Brien.
Really?
Yes, Conan O'Brien plays the therapist for a woman who is dealing with her daughter who has a very difficult illness.
Unaware of this movie.
Yeah, well, it's at Sundance, so it's like premiering. So
is this a comedy?
It doesn't. It says it's a thriller, a psychological thriller. So yeah, look for that. It's going to be out in theaters soon, I guess. So go check it out if you want.
Isn't that Robert Redford's thing? Sundance.
I believe you're right.
That's in. Yeah. I've been to a movie or two there.
Yeah,
in Utah.
Yeah, that's right. That's awesome. I'd love to go check that out.
Yeah, they have it in various theaters all throughout northern Utah up there.
Great.
Yeah, it's good. Buckeye Roundtable's coming up next.
For the
we'll see you tomorrow for Wild Card Wednesday. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview. You're going to hit a 10-minute delay due to a crash that's on the right shoulder of westbound 670. After 71, it is stop and go from International Gateway. And we have a 15-minute slowdown on southbound 71 on the north side between 670 and I-70. This report is sponsored by Lowe's. My Lowe's Rewards Week is coming, and it's kind of a big deal. Members, get ready for up to 40% off store-wide on hundreds of items. Join for free today. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms, subject to change. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Is a Fan Action Update.
This action update is sponsored by Logan Services, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Updated college basketball national championship odds have Duke the slight favorite at plus 425, with Auburn right behind them at plus 450. Houston is 10-1, Iowa State 11-1, and the first Big Ten team is Michigan State at 25-1 to win it all. For your Logan Services action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Austin Ward here, and if you thought my Awaken 180 results were an anomaly, no. Beam has dropped 37 pounds in his first 7 weeks. The guy has tied my week 7 numbers. The point is, the results are consistent, the results are real, and they're for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, can we talk? It's a new year, and I need to move on. We had a great run, but you're old now. So I'm trading you in at Great Lakes Kia.
And new Kias are under $5 a day.
That's less than lunch.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All three under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
Yes, new 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with third row seating. All three under $5 a day.
That Kia Sorrento is hot.
And we've got 0% financing.
But what if I'm not good enough for credit?
If you've got a job, you ride.
Under $5 a day.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia. GreatLakesKia.com. Want to take it for a test drive?
Oh, he needs to meet my parents first. To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And everybody's had these pains, these little nicks, these things that you maybe had an injury when you were younger and you thought it went away. And then all of a sudden, as you get older, it starts to creep back. Doing everything, walking up the stairs, doing your favorite activities, golf, skiing, whatever it might be, the summer, the spring, the winter, it hurts. Hey, do not deal with it any longer. the hip, the knee, the shoulder, the back, whatever it is. There's good news. Go to QC Kinetics. Their groundbreaking treatments for that arthritis pain, they're going to make you feel better. The long-term relief, it's now possible. They're right here in Columbus under the leadership of Dr. Ray Tesner, founder of Grant Sport Medicine and a classically trained orthopedic surgeon. Don't wait. Make the call today. My dad and I did. His knee's starting to feel better. My knee feels better. They've got PRP treatments. They can change your life. I'm telling you right now. So go to qckinetics.com/Columbus for your free consultation or give them a call at 380-208-4544. It's not going to go away on its own. They've got 2 offices in Dublin and Gahanna, so check them out.
Hi, this is Ron from the Good Feet store. Are you standing on painful feet all day? Don't lose hope. We want to help you live without pain. Discover your options and visit goodfeet.com or stop in today at the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway in Grove City.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sell